flower beads. Multitudes of colours, they come in duo colours, single colours, trios of colours, really pretty, really effective in jewellery making. And also the launch of a DVD on those flower beads. So I hope you can join me next Tuesday morning, part of International Beading Week. See you there.
The Beadsmith is pleased to present 3 new designs from the Beadsmith Inspiration Squad to add to your International Beading Week with JewelleryMaker. Canadian designer Carolyn Cave brings you a fully diagrammed tutorial to make her Roseanne pendant. Learn how to combine ginkgo beads, kite beads, and honeycombs into a pendant with matching straps. British designer Katie Dean has created sweet components in a fun variety of shaped 2-hole beads and seed beads in her Flower Duo cuff. Her illustrated tutorial shows you step by step how to make and join each component, and take a look at the clever butterfly toggle clasp. From Beadsmith's creative director Leslie Rogalski comes the Chevron Duo necklace. With her easy to follow step-by-step instructions and color illustrations, you'll see how well these beads play together. Happy beading from everyone at the Beadsmith.
Join me, Hannah Osborne, this Wednesday for the launch of the Preciosa tea bead. We've got them in an amazing array of colours. We have the wonderful Kerry Slade with her fantastic book, Playful Perfections, which gives you a huge array of amazing designs. We've also got, back in stock, back by popular demand, the Preciosa ripple beads in fantastic peacock colours. And on top of all that, we have an amazing deal of the day, which is black jadeite stars. So tune in on Wednesday morning for the Preciosa tea bead launch.
Hello everyone, it's Mark here. Not only am I opening the International Beading Week range of shows, I'm actually got the privilege of closing it as well. So what have we got in store? We have got the most amazing deal of the day, and the whole point of the show is geared around picks of the week, I'm going to call it. So all of the most amazing products that people missed out on, we're going to try and get extra stock of just for the late show on that evening. Plus, we've got a little something extra for all you new viewers that have recently joined us. So that's the late show, 31st of July. Join myself and Becky from 6. Looking forward to seeing you then.
Jewellery Makers, it's International Beading Week, and to celebrate we're running a Seed Bead and Beading Wall of Fame special. We want to see your beading makes, so send all of your entries to studio@jewellerymaker.com. You must put IBW in the subject title, and your entries will be read out on Wednesday Late Show with me, Vicky Gordon, and the winner will be drawn at 8 PM by Mark Smith.
It's so nice to be with you. My name is Rebecca Redican, but you can call me Becky. And tonight it's my absolute pleasure to say, how are you there? Howdy. Bonjour. Hola. Good, good. Oh gosh, we're good here, aren't we? To the wonderful guest designer, Suzie.
Yay, hi Becky.
It's so lovely to work with you, Suzie.
Yeah, looking forward to tonight. Should be fun.
Oh my gosh, your makes are so cool as well.
Oh,
Bit different from what we've been seeing.
Yeah, bit alternative. And I've got to make an apology up front. I didn't bring my glasses, so we can have some fun tonight, but it'll be good.
It's going to be a lot of fun, it really truly is. You're going to love Suzie's makes. We'll show you those in a little bit. Before all of that though, this last of stock behind me is a miniature clue as to what's going to happen in this hour. It is low stock opportunities. From last counts, I've got anywhere sort of under 20 on pretty much everything in this hour. So it's a little bit of a hectic, mad one. But it's great because if you've missed out on things or you've loved something so much and you thought, darn, I wish I'd got another one, tonight could be your night. Let me let you know a few little extras that are coming up. I have got some yellow diopside coming up. Sorry, I've got to reach over here. I need to show you this. It is back in stock. It's been on air once. Sold out first time. Have to let you know, we were only able to buy a handful back in. Under 60 of them I have available. If you have never heard of yellow diopside, don't worry, you're not the only one. I have seen many different diopsides in my time. One that I do know of is Tashmari, which is like a yellow-green. It's described as a yellow-green. It's green. I have never until today seen yellow diopside, and it's just so magical to be able to bring it to you. We have got a really exclusive opportunity for you on these ones tonight. You can pre-order it now if you fancy it. It's 15 carats worth of your yellow diopside. I'll talk to you more about it as and when, because we're going to be doing it at 8. But if you fancy grabbing it, now is your chance. Should we dive on into the show? Let's do it. Ooh, do you mind, Dan? Thank you, Petal. You're a love. Let's get started with a ruby, shall we? And not just any old ruby. Let's get started on a marquise. That is your quantity at the bottom. I've got one. Have you got that wonderful friend, loved one in your life who you think deserves a marquise cut ruby? There is one. It is entirely natural. Yep, absolutely the real deal. Even though it's so sizable, this is not treated in any way at all. Already a bit of interest in on this one. The marquise shape, one of the most traditional shapes. Okay, let's be entirely honest here. It's gone. Well done. That's how we're starting it. Do you mind, Dan? I'm sorry, Pot Petal. Thank you. This is your chance to grab them right now. Thank you. Ooh, let me show you. I think these are beautiful. They are so 3D. 12mm I'm bringing to you on the lava kite. I have got low stock on these ones. 3 is my quantity, only 3. If you like labradorite, but you like a little bit of a more, let's say, flirtatious labradorite. Yeah, that's how I see lava kite. It's a little bit more flirtatious, I think. I think it's sort of, you know, it doesn't give you all the sheen away at once. You know what I mean. £3.95 on 12mm. These are really big, and you've only got 2 of them left. That is exactly what last of stock is about, I'm afraid. If you see anything you like, absolutely seize the moment. 1 left only. Well done. Let's bring to you gold wire. Oh, wow. This is, I've not seen this in ages. So this is your wire, but it's twisted. It's twisted beautifully and evenly for you to give you this rope-like design. Gives you a lot of texture. So what we are dealing with here, I know it says a 0.5, but it is sturdier than that in its finish. It is, for all intents and purposes, 2 0.5s rolled together. It doesn't quite make it a 1mm, just because of the way, obviously, this twists in together. Yet still, it has a bit more structure. It almost feels like a 0.8 to me. It's not quite as tough as a 1mm. £4.95, but Tom has just shuddered. Oh yeah, shoulda, woulda, coulda. £4.95 for you today. It shouldn't be that price. Well, it should be, but it's not. £4.95 reduced down to £3.95. Now you might think, £1, is that worth diving on? Absolutely, it is worth treating yourself to it now, because, well, we're giving you, you know, it's £1 to you, but it's sort of a 25% discount if you break it down, really, isn't it? 6 of these ones available. Do you like the colour gold, Susie?
I love gold.
Do you?
Very pretty colour. Goes with everything.
Yeah.
And most metals as well. Some people like silver, some people like gold, some people like rose gold. Depends which outfit I'm wearing.
I love that. You're like a metallic chameleon.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Well done, everyone. Only a few of them left. Okie pokes. I think I've got this one down. Thank you. Mark. 24 of these. Oh. I was like, oh, we've got 24. No, we don't. Low stock. Very durable. I am bringing to you your wonderful white margasite here, and we're giving to you a guaranteed size on this of around 4 by 3 centimetres. So it's really big. Totally natural, this one, remember. This is a really important thing to recall about things like this, because it's unusual to be able to see it in this size. Because of the size and because it's natural, you can put other beautiful big bold gemstones with it. Absolutely up to you. Because of the texture, I think it works so nicely with loads and loads of different things. If you want to grab it, now's your chance. It's £2.95 only. This is absolute and complete last of stock, so do feel free to grab these whilst you can. We've got some gorgeous pearls on tonight, which I know Suzie is in particularly very excited with. These are going to be quite nice, I think, with pearls. Quite different.
You can put the pearls with anything. That's why I love pearls so much. They just go with everything.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
They do. They really do. £2.95 for you. Hey, do you like a cabochon? If you do, whoo,
Wow.
that is a lot of cabochons coming up. These are coming up for you as a bit of a treat later. So if you have been getting loads of seed beads, this is coming from our birthday show, and we've managed to grab a few extras for you. So what we're bringing to you is this, which will go great with your bead that you've been buying for International Beading Week. Think of all of the demonstrations you've seen, netting, cabochons, etc. If you have got seed beads after seed beads on their way, then that is perfect for you. Well done all. Okay, I'm going to, let's do, as we're talking about International Beading Week, let's bring you some beading thread. Beading thread is an absolute must. It's sometimes known as tiger's tail as well, you might know it as. Everybody needs beading thread, don't they?
I love beading thread, and I use it as a particular medium sometimes when I'm doing some jewellery design. So it's the only thread I can use for that particular design.
Oh, I see.
So it's really, really useful. I mean, it's a great medium if you're a beginner and you just want to make a beaded necklace.
Yeah.
But it's a really useful tool.
It's one of those things not to be underestimated.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You can do absolutely loads with these. You can use them just completely and absolutely by itself in its own right. One DVD that I have, and I don't actually think we're making it anymore, it was a Gemma Crow one, and it was called Adventures into Beading Thread, and it's one of my favourite DVDs. It truly is. I love it. And basically Gemma shows you in true Gemma Crow way how to essentially do loads and loads and loads of sort of layers of this, and then take it off your hand, and then you pin it in the middle like this using like a crimp or a crimp cover or whatever. And then because it's wired, she basically shows you how to like bring all these around, and you can make this really cool like 3D flower. But it stays like that because it's wire in the middle, isn't it?
It is, and it naturally, if you bend it, it naturally forms a circle. So it's fantastic, and it holds its shape.
Yeah, which is so nice because not many threaded materials do.
They can be flimsy, whereas this is quite sort of stiff, but without being too stiff. It's really, really useful.
It's like you're not fighting against it, are you?
It's such a clever thread to use for lots of designs.
If you are tuning in on Sky, you may well have lost us for a little bit of time there. We're sorry, we don't know what happened. But we're back and we'll make up for it. I'll be honest with you, we're in last of stock. We've sold out of a few things already, but you may as well look back. Yes, so do feel free to look back on JewelleryMaker.com. We're sorry that you lost us. We're not sure what happened there, but hopefully you have got us back. And do remember, if you do, lose us again, you can always find us at JewelleryMaker.com. We're not sure what happened, but thank you for sticking with us. Oops, JM is back on air on Freeset. Thank goodness. Can he miss me Jewellery Maker fix, says Lena. Yes, good. I'm glad we're back on. Yeah, no, you're right, Lena. And nor should you. Nor should you. So, sorry, it's the beading thread we're talking about. 50 metres worth of it we're doing. As you can see, it's a wonderful, and it is by itself, £1.65 for 50 metres. That's about 3p per metre, I'm being told.
It goes a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you consider out of a for a necklace, you could easily get 2 necklaces out of a metre, couldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
So like 1.5 pennies worth for a necklace-ish. I mean, you're not breaking the bank, are you? At £1.65. And don't forget, you can win this slice of beading beautifulness. Have a little look. Spend over £50. Red and yellow when between now and Wednesday, spend £50. Entered into a draw to win this. Look at that.
Loads.
That is I mean, that's going to keep
weighty,
you going.
so you imagine the amount of jewellery you can make if it's weighty.
And it really is.
That'll keep you going.
Winner's announced, by the way, on Friday, just to let you know. In the morning show, is it? Morning show. Mark is going to announce it. Mega bead bundle, there's workshops going. Oh, there's loads going on for International Beaders Week, so make sure you're treating yourself to these goodies. £1.65. What recording are we looking at? The box at the bottom. That is a whole heap of check beads. And this is a shape we hardly get to see. Guess how many are in that recording? 20. There's a minimum of 20. 1,000 about. There's about 1,000 in that. That is coming up for you today, 6:45. Very popular. That's going to be really, really, really cool. It's going to go brilliantly if you win this. How about now? Oh, birthstone.
Lovely.
Lovely Suzie is a December baby, and this, of course, is one of her birthstones. If you're anything like me, when you have a birthstone, you can become a little bit snobbish about it because you get to see it quite often and you kind of fall in love with it, but you want, for like your special occasions, you want the creme de la creme. I genuinely believe this, for its depth of colour, is creme de la creme.
It's very blue.
Really is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not lilac-y at all. It's very blue.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
One of the deepest and most intense tanzanites I think we've been able to see. So when we talk about tanzanite, violetish blue is generally how we will refer to as the name, and basically when you hear geologists or gemologists mentioning a colour, pay very close attention to how they describe it, okay? So violetish blue is what we found majoritively in tanzanite. What a lot of connoisseurs want though is you know, to have the purity of blue. Violetish blue basically means that the secondary hue that they want to see, the stronger hue they want to see is blue. That's exactly what you get here. The violetish blue qualities that are running through this are so beautiful that it's that sort of stereotypical tanzanite blue, the type that, you know, Tiffany launched, the type that the Smithsonian talk about on numerous occasions. We have got 40 carats worth here for you, and it's from a 6 to a 7 mil in perfect rounds. Bringing to you, big amount here. The quality you're seeing now before your eyes for that price is truly incredible. And it really, truly is. We were at the Hong Kong show and we hardly saw any that weren't predominantly violet. This has got that intensity, that archetypal blue quality to it that we hope for. That is a huge price drop.
That's huge. In shops, they're starting to sell tanzanite, and for the tiniest tanzanite, you can pay hundreds of pounds just to say it's a tanzanite.
So true.
Yeah.
And it's minuscule as well, isn't it?
It's tiny. It's like the size of a really tiny rondelle. You've got one of those.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16 I've just counted on this strand. So, 16 divided by 40. Oh, so they're walking out £5 a stone. No, it's all right, no, £5 per stone, which is good, but bear in mind that the average carat weight is varying between 2 and 3 carats, approximately. 2 carats.
It's a big stone.
I mean, half a carat tanzanites in little rings, you're talking hundreds of pounds.
People are starting to buy them as engagement rings now, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Yeah, it's becoming very popular.
Popular as an engagement ring. I know quite a few people have bought them.
Especially with, you know, De Beers and their diamonds, they're basically supplying less diamonds this year than they ever have before. And it is half helped on by the rising coloured rare gemstones such as tanzanite. Okay, there are 2 left. Let me just remind you, this is your last of stock, which means these are your closeout deals. We did a show the other day whereby, you know, I brought you many things that aren't guaranteed to be reordered. There'll be some things in this hour just like that. So if you do see something you like, because remember, it's not just the intensity of colour, although it's what I've been harping on about. It's not just that in this strand. It's the fact that these are rounds as well. Perfect rounds of tanzanite. Doesn't come often, does it?
Because you'd need quite a big stone just to get the roundness.
You're so right.
Yeah.
That's
they're
why
wasted.
rounds is one of the most wasteful shapes when it comes to gemstones like that. 2 left only, I'm afraid to say.
Oh, pearls.
She's getting very happy over there. Pearls.
Oh, they're my favourite. Oh, I have these. They are so gorgeous.
Why do you love them so much, please?
I love pearls, pearls, pearls. They go with everything.
Yes.
There's something about pearls I absolutely love. But my favourite in the whole world are the natural colours, which they are, and they're metallic as well, and they are gorgeous.
They're incredible, aren't they?
You've got to see them in real life to appreciate what they really look like, because when you see them in person, you have to get another set, which is what I've done. Every time they're on, I've got to get a set.
Got to get another one.
Yeah.
And this is completely the thing, Suzie. You've summed it up perfectly.
Yeah.
They look nice on your screen, but they come into that, and when
absolutely.
you get them home.
They're so rare. You can't buy them in the shops, and at the size they are, if you saw them in the shops, a single one would be hundreds of pounds just for one.
The one.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Because we're talking luxury sizes here. You know, when you're getting up to 12 mil in pearls, it's not a guarantee, is it?
If you get an 8 mil pearl, you're doing well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And the colours now, the natural colour pearls, Cartier had recreated their tribute double-stranded set of pearls that they did in 1904 or something, and they've done it in the natural colour pearls, and that has just taken off. Everybody's producing them, but I think, you know, they're a modern version. If you're a person that says, "Oh, pearls, not for me," try these.
It's a little bit of a twist on the classic.
It is beautiful.
Can I just ask you about that price point right there? $59.95.
It's amazing, absolutely amazing.
Yeah, you've got a good amount on there.
Absolutely beautiful.
You're looking up to 12 mil in the centre.
Yeah.
Totally natural colours, so remember these aren't dyed or coated or anything else like that. $59.95 for what you're seeing, which are luxury size pearls, is incredible. I have got 4 left now, 4 only. One more time for you, 4. Because of that, and because of this behind me, and because of what's written at the bottom of the screen. Suzie. Pardon?
I said I want one.
Suzie was going We've just heard that we are going to drop this in price.
I've gone into shock.
Tom's just told us how much. Susie's just, I want one.
Yeah.
Seize this moment, right?
Yeah. Oh my God, definitely.
Yeah?
For goodness sake. If I was at home, I would just buy them all.
Would you have got all 3?
I would have bought them as soon as they came on, you know, when you just showed the graphics.
Yeah.
I would have just got the lot.
Yeah.
Now I'd be jumping up and down thinking, oh my God.
How much money have you saved? That's huge, isn't it?
One of those, just on a little ballpoint.
That head pin?
On a head pin, £100 because of the size, the colour, the lustre, everything. They're so gorgeous.
They're incredible quality. Better than half price. 1 left. Good luck, good luck, good luck. That is over allocated at this point. So if you do want it, oh, it's gone. How have I never seen this strand before? Can I have a blackboard, please? Somewhere. Please. Thank you, Dan. Okay, I'm about to bring you an opal. And I'm about to bring you not just any opal, really incredible quality opal, which is faceted. Thank you. We do not facet opal. Let's remember that. Opal is especially Ethiopian opal, because it's so high in silica, we do not facet it, because basically it's made up of these microscopic sort of spheres inside that if you were to cut across them, the colour is dead. It dies completely. Yes, this is a faceted strand. No, the colour is not dead. It is alive and kicking. Check this out. How many colours can you see in one stone? Oh my goodness. Reds, blues, greens, facets, 5 carats in total. This is incredible. What are you thinking?
You can see the colours from here, the pinfire from here.
Yeah, and you're a good sort of 3 metres away from me.
I can still see it.
Oh my gosh, it is incredible. Okay, this is definitely one for you to treat yourself to. Oh, just to let you know, I absolutely love opal. Opal is my dad's birthstone. I'm a total daddy's girl, so I've loved it since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. The fact of the matter is, are you joking me now? Okay, last 3 on the planet. I've just heard what money we are taking off. I just want to let you know that before I found JewelleryMaker, I bought an individual charm of this gemstone. I bought myself one. I'm a February amethyst baby. I bought my mum the same charm. She's an April baby. Hers was diamond. And I got my dad one. He's an October baby. He's opal. The opal was more expensive than the amethyst and more expensive than the diamond because it was Ethiopian opal that had fire just like this. The price point on your screen, I paid more for the one-off charm. This is going down dramatically. Are you ready for this? I cannot believe we're doing this today. That's faceted. Wow. That is an £80 discount. I'll repeat that, £80 discount. It's fastest finger first. I would not be surprised at all if the absolute collectors and connoisseurs were coming in this to just reset it, to just do something with this. Even if you slice these in half, which we have seen happen, people will get strands like this. They won't necessarily want them in bead form because they'll want to set them into something, maybe their own silver, and they'll just take our beads and cut them in half down that drill hole, polish off the back, because even though you are losing some of the quality of opal, it is still cheaper to buy it from us than to get it firsthand a lot of the time when it's qualities like this, because we've done a lot of the work on here. That is right, it's one left now. £80 saving. If you're not going to get it, I am. Yeah. So do feel free to treat yourself to it right now. That is such beautiful stone.
With the pearls that we've just had on, you imagine what a strand. That is a mega strand.
That is an absolute mega set.
Piece.
I'll be honest, a lot of you are thinking about it. There's a fair few of you with it in your baskets right now. It's fastest finger first on that final one. Good luck. Good luck. Dan, do you mind? Thank you, Poppet. Do not forget, if you've got any questions for the lovely Suzie, you can absolutely message in 60777. So you text with the word JM Studio. Now, this is one of our guest designers' favourite wires. I do not know a guest designer who does not like working with this. I do not know a guest designer who at one point or another hasn't come on and spoken to a producer and gone, have you got any of that pearl wire in today? Can you get any pearl wire in? It is the most delicate, genteel, muted pearl wire colour that we do. I've only got a few of these left, as you saw. If you fancy getting the final few, 10 metres of your 0.8 for £2.95. This is great for your findings. This is great for your earring wires. Lovely to do your rings with as well. A lot of our guest designers love it because the colouring on it is so steadfast. You can even, because I use this quite often, you can even get your flat nose pliers and kind of, you know, crimp it and stuff, and the colour doesn't come off. That is basically a goner. Well done. Swapsies! Thanks, Nam. Thank you, my love. Rose gold. Got some rose gold actually coming up in lovely Susie's kit in a little bit. Oh, you're going to love what Susie's done. You really are. Really different makes. Beautiful. Let's bring to you some class now. Rose gold in 925 solid sterling silver. I've got 8 of them exactly. Should be £4.95. Now that, let me remind you, is for 10. 10 of these at £4.95 is quite frankly incredible. I was in a well-known shop not so long ago that has a range of things, and they were doing a pack of 5 for £1, but they were copper or brass. They were not solid sterling silver. I am bringing you 10 of them today for £3.95, and that is 2 precious metals. Look at them around about 1.5 g total on these ones. So a lot of precious metal within there, which I think makes them look quite, well, it makes them not only look but feel very luxurious, doesn't it? So if you got that opal, if you maybe got those pearls, any of the luxury items actually we've had on for you today, then it's perfect for you. And do not forget, this is coming up for you very, very soon indeed. 10% gone already. This is your yellow diopside. Do not worry if you've never seen it before or never heard of it before. This is something for me which is I only got to see today for the first time. And I, as you know, adore my gemstones. I am a bit of a gemstone nerd. Today was the first time I'd ever seen this. I've heard of Tashmari before, but it's a greeny yellow. It's not that. So excited to bring that to you. Before it though, the cabochons. From our birthday, which took place in May, we wanted to bring to you, you know, birthday deals, birthday goodies, treats galore. This is a leftover from that time. I do only have 7 of them. So it is going to be a little bit of a fastest finger first situation, especially if you've been loving international beads this week and you've got all of these different beads in all of the different colours. In fact, I'll show you this alongside it. You know, what you've got here is a plentiful amount for you to be able to enjoy and work with, to go with all of your different coloured seed beads. We're bringing to you a massive amount here, and it is your Candy Cabs collection. If you have that, you know, passion for making jewellery and you're anything like me and once you get your teeth into an idea you just want to make, this is completely a pack for you. Let me give you a brief count up if I may. You've got approximately 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So I'm going to be saying you've probably got about, if that's 22 there, I'm going to say it's a double over here, although it's probably more. So I'm going to say you've probably got about 44 of these in total, which is a serious amount really, isn't it? And that is as an ish. So bringing to you around about 44 cabochons in total. It's 2,410 carats. Wow. That's more than a greengrocer's. Should be £61.95. That's a brilliant price. That's got to be a reduced price, hasn't it? Already?
Yeah.
Because look, I mean, we're not talking about tiny, tiny little. The year of Dan's birth. Is it?
No.
No. Oh, you're 95, aren't you? Oh, that close. $19.99 is your closeout deal for these. And I'm ringing you, I said about 44, didn't I? So actually, you are looking 45 pence, Tom's saying, about each. That's incredible.
What could you get for 45p?
You can't get a second class stamp.
No.
Let alone a first class stamp. That's...
I don't think you can buy anything in the shop for 45p.
No, 45p.
I don't think there's anything.
Not
even a fridge,
really.
unless you do a pick and mix and buy one.
Yeah. You couldn't get like a half decent chocolate bar for that price, could you? Even packets of chewing gum now, which let's face it, is just a bit of flavoured air, isn't it? You know, it's a bit of flavoured air. They're like 50-ish p nowadays. Nowadays, in my day. Anyway, 2 of them left only. I'm going to leave those ones with you. You're going to have a lot of fun with them, whether you're using it with your seed beads or your fabric or whatever. Wow. Blue sapphire.
Beautiful. Classic.
When you think of sapphire, what comes to mind for you, Suzie?
High-end jewellery, don't you? Posh shops, high-end jewellery.
Yeah.
Expensive.
Yeah.
Everybody's heard of sapphire.
It is one of the best known gemstones on the planet, isn't
is.
it? The thing that makes this extra special is from Mozambique, which, as I'm sure a lot of you know, is kind of the headline spot, let's say, for a lot of gemstones. Also for the fact that it is entirely natural. One thing that I always think is a little bit baffling, maybe when we, start to get our head around gemstone jewellery, is you can walk into Cartier and get a treated sapphire. You can walk into Tiffany and get treated sapphire. You can walk into H&M Samuels and get a treated sapphire. all of the places, whether it's relatively low end or it's your real expensive jewellery houses that create one-off pieces, they will work with treated and often filled sapphire 9 times out of 10. In fact, more than that. It's said that 95 to 97% of sapphire sold on the market is treated in some way. It is a scarcity to get it naturally, because it's a rarity to get beautiful, bold enough pieces that are lasting. That's why when you do get natural, people always remind you that you have to pay more. And I think that's something that we don't always assess that often, because you might think, well, if they're going to be treating it, if they're going to fill it, if they're going to dye it, then surely they're spending money. Yes, absolutely, you're spending money. However, you take that hit, you take that loss, because if you didn't fill it, it would be unusable. That is why natural Mozambique sapphire at £130 as this was is already incredible. But at that price point right now, that is a £90 saving. That is £90 back to you. We're taking it away from us, but that's what last of stock is all about. £90 discount we have just given you there. And I will remind you, it's Mozambique, it's natural. If you do your research out there and you can find a natural 1 carat Mozambique piece of sapphire for £40, I would say snap it up. I don't care if it's our competitors, it doesn't bother me at all. I will let you know if you're getting a bargain. If you find a 1 carat solid piece of natural Mozambique sapphire and you can buy that 1 carat piece for 40 quid, do it, because that is an incredible deal. What we're doing right here now on screen is basically saying, right, collectors, connoisseurs, you know what this is about. You know this is worth £130, if not upwards in some circles. But seize this moment, just treat yourself to it as a last of stock. Remember, when we take prices down, we're literally just losing money for ourselves, to be honest. But it does work out for us better in the long run, because it means that we need to make space. And we have got some huge orders coming in. As you know, it always happens around this time of year, doesn't it? We get a huge order in for the birthday, so we do a run up to that. And then after the birthday, it pitters off a bit. And then usually, sort of midsummer, where we are now, we get another huge amount of orders in, because we've been to Hong Kong fair, etc. And that is what's happening, which is why your last of stock and clearance prices is happening today, ultimately. Well done, everyone. That truly is incredible. And when you feel it, you're going to enjoy it a lot. This would go so nicely with what you're wearing.
It would, wouldn't it?
High luster pearls.
Love them. I haven't seen these ones.
This is such a beautiful strand. Well, if you've not seen it before, have a little look on your screen and tell me, what is your first instinct on these, Suzie?
Absolutely love it. I love the shape. Love the shape. They're like little pillows, aren't they?
Yes, a lovely description.
Absolutely gorgeous. So many things you could do with that strand. You know, you don't have to use it just as a sort of a normal necklace. I've got ideas where I always waterfall necklaces. I like to have
layers of different lengths, do you mean?
Different types and textures. They'd be gorgeous.
That's a lovely idea.
Lovely. And the high lustre.
Yeah, the high lustre really, I think, adds to these. You can see they've almost got like a sort of patent look, don't they? They are so high shine. They've got a real intrigue of look to them. I think this strand, as you said, for the waterfall idea, is beautiful. I think it's one of those, again, you know, when we were talking before about sort of the slightly quirky pearls.
I think pearls now as well, with Dior and other companies, and obviously Chanel producing pearls, Mickey Moto, the Baroque pearls now are becoming really popular, and the sort of different shapes, and I think it's attracting a new market. They're so pretty. I've never seen them before.
They are beautiful,
love
aren't
them.
they? Pop up to me next, just so you can see them. This is touching at the back. It's the final 9.
Yeah.
£60 today is the deal.
Yeah, I definitely separate them. They're beautiful. Yeah, they'll go a long way.
They are, wouldn't they? Because they're so crammed on that strand. £60 is your deal.
Good.
Well, usually, because you're watching live, it's last of stock. If this weren't last of stock, say I had, 80 of these or whatever, then yes, that £60 mark would more likely be staying on your screen. But because it is last of stock, a final 9 only, it's 39.95. Do you feel like pearls like this will sell?
Yes, with pearls, you probably know this, but the lustre, after the shape, you've got your classic round, but after that, it's the lustre that commands the highest price. And they are so lustrous. Even from here, I can see it's almost like a petrol effect, isn't it? You've got all the colours coming off. So they're slightly metallic. They are the highest quality. So absolutely beautiful.
Sale after sale after sale.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to buy pearls, go for the ones with a high lustre like those.
Yeah.
And they keep. It's not like they're going to go off. It's not a best before date if you buy them. You might think, oh, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those. Get them, because one day you'll suddenly think, oh, I've got a brilliant idea.
I know what I
and
need.
They'll keep for years.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, if we think about pearls and we think about the history of pearls and we think about, for example, the crown jewels, you know, in the the royal crown, there's pearls dating back to Queen Elizabeth I. The Queen Elizabeth I's earrings are actually what make up the pearls at the top. So they last and last and last, so long as you look after them. They're going to last. So grab them whilst you can for the final few. As I said, I did have 9. I don't anymore. I've got to move on now to some more precious metal. Oh, I love these. We had some wedding cake in the today, all of us. We've been sharing some wedding cake, which is from a lovely member of our team. And it was gorgeous, wasn't it? I don't even know how to describe it. Just fruity, layered. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. Anyway, the reason I'm bringing that up is because I'm looking at these and they look like little engagement rings or wedding rings, I think. Do you know what I mean? They do, don't they? They're like little wedding rings. They're not, they are spacers, or we sometimes refer to them as like a closed jump ring. So when you're looking at chainmail patterns and they require a closed jump ring, depending on the sizes, you may well be able to use these. They look so luxurious because there is a serious amount of surface effect on these ones. So what I mean by that is you're getting around about 1/2 centimetre as a band of pure gold. That's what you're going to be looking at. So that kind of effect gives you this high sheen and it gives you a luxury look because you get more of that sort of buttery gold effect. So this isn't a little slither. This isn't going to be a moment of gold in your design. This is your gold focal. And to get all 3 for one note, your lowest denominator note, £4.95, is pretty spectacular. I know what you're all thinking. You're thinking, Bex, if I'm going to be gifting 9 to 5, I want people to know it's 925. I understand that you absolutely do. And these do, if you can see, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but they do have a little marking where you can see 925 just there. So you know you're giving your quality, you know you're giving your status symbol, if you will. And this is the wonderful thing about all, oh hello, come back. All elements like this, you know that you're giving great quality and you can tell instantly that this is high price metal anyway, can't you? Because you've got such a sheen to these. Gorgeous colour, well done. If you like a bit of sheen, Mr. Sheen. That could actually be an advert, couldn't it? Mr. Sheen still going?
Yeah.
Do you reckon? Don't know. Anyway, my point is, if you do like a bit of sheen, I've got the check bead coming up for you. Boop, 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 around about 1,000 in a little bit. Findings. Now, which one is it, Petal? Yeah, I've got 2 next to me. In fact, I've got 3 next to me. Is it traditional? Yes. Thank you so much, Dan. Ooh, findings. Findings are the things that, quite frankly, you can't do without. And you really can't. Especially if you're just starting out. You know, sometimes when you just start a medium and you're not entirely sure of all of the odds and ends that you need, and you watch, you know, sort of maybe videos online and they mention all this stuff and you go, hang on, wait, what was that? I've never even heard of that. And you just wish you had a friend there to say, look, this is what you do need, this is what you do need, this is what you don't need, you can work up to that. As a friend, let me say, if you're just starting out, findings are something that you need. With your first order, if you make a first order today, you will get 2 free genuine gemstone strands and a DVD which teaches you how to start making jewellery. All of these are explained, okay? So, grab them. As a friend, I would say, personally, get 2 as a minimum. I wish someone had told me that the first time I got a pack of findings and literally had used them all within about 2 hours. Genuinely, because when you're just starting out, you know, you crump things the wrong way, don't you? When you maybe use all your class up because you're just obsessed with it. So grab as many as you fancy, especially as this kit with all of the essentials, including your clasps, your earrings, your chain, etc., should be £5.95. However, it's last of stock. So we want to clear it out for you. These are things we always need. They are genuine silver plating that we've got here. You've got in oodles of your essentials. And it is just £2.95. So you're looking at about 14p each. And yes, that does even include that lovely long length of chain that you most certainly are going to need. If you are looking at this and you are new and you're thinking, hang on, how do I get this free DVD and stuff? It's literally just make an order. It's as simple as that. Make an order. There is no minimal order. Your £3.95 is postage packaging all day. It's not every time you check out. It's until midnight. So even if you go on JewelleryMaker.com now and go, I like that £3.95, whether you buy one thing or 101 things, it's still that until midnight, so make the most of it. If you do spend over £50 as well, don't forget you have the chance to win this as a wonderful little treasure of a treat. And another thing to mention is, if you are new, one of the best-selling, one of our best-selling gemstone families for new customers, amethyst. It's one of our best, amethyst and labradorite, strand-wise, are our 2 most likely to sell to brand new customers. It is coming up for you as a star buy. We're talking about £7.45-ish on this, and it's a glowing example, isn't it? So I just thought I'd give you a heads up about that and let you know. If you want to grab these findings, it is a multi-purchase opportunity now. Well done to Wiltshire, Shetland Islands. Oh, another Shetland Islands. Oh, my computer's logged me out. But there was loads of names coming up on there. So well done to one and all who are getting your hands on that one. Always lovely to see you. What I'm about to bring to you is, quite frankly, just exciting. It is, of course, International Beaders Week, and we've had a wonderful weekend of it so far, but we are not stopping there. If you have got loads of your, say, Miyuki seed beads in the perfect, beautiful rounds, you may know just how far and extensive you can create beautiful designs with those shapes. But just like with cooking, a few little extra ingredients can take your makes to the next level. And that's exactly what I'm about to bring to you right now in this mega bundle. These are going to be popular. I have only brought these on air once before. There's DVDs related to this. If you've not seen this shape, feast your eyes, because I'm not just going to bring it in one flat colour. I'm going to bring you the shape you've wanted in all of the colours you've wanted as well. Have a look at the amount you are getting within here, and look at that unique and individual shape as well. These are double drills, giving you extra personality, extra purpose. You get the opportunity to step up with designs as well, and I'm bringing them to you in this mega amount. So, oh my gosh, already there are people putting this in their baskets. I'm just refreshing my page. Well done. I've got collector, I've got Annette. Let me tell you all about them, okay? So I'm opening them up so you can see the different colours. These are your infinity beads. Of course, names the infinity beads for how they're useful, how useful they are, but also their shape, that almost infinity-esque shape. Oh my gosh, I've not seen that colour. I need to show you all the different personalities. Do forgive me if I don't say the colours in time, but I just want to show you the colours that we are getting. So I will be bringing to you your crystal black diamond, your alabaster sunset. I'm going to be bringing to you your jet full apricot. I'm going to be bringing to you your chalk white. I've got your chalk full apricot. I have got your white lilac. I have got your dark, what's that? Travertine? Oh yeah, of course, that's this one. I saw it before. I've also got for you your royal blue and your opaque white as well in here. Basically, you have got oodles and oodles and oodles. If you want to purchase just one of these, you absolutely can. I have got the two-sided ones as well. I'll just show you both sides of those so you know what we're getting, because they obviously have different personalities. We have got DVDs that use these. We have got makes, done makes on air that are related to these. So if you want to work with something a little bit different that's going to add extra, you're going to be getting 100 of each one. Hence, the fact that we've got 1,000. Now that is a lot, isn't it? That is a serious amount. We're doing it? Let's do it. Okay. 8 of these packs, sorry, not even 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, sorry, of these packs, and you're getting them for just $34.95. That is around about 3p each, approximately 3p each, and you can see how exciting these are. Have you worked with this shape yet, Suzie?
I haven't worked with those shapes, but I've worked with double drilled seed beads, and they are absolutely fantastic because you can mix gemstones with them. You don't have to just, I always mix seed beads with gemstones if I can. With the double ones, it gives you so much scope for ideas. I mean, it's just your imagination that's going to stop you creating things. Yeah. And I would just grab a load and start threading away and just see what you come up with, and it's amazing. It never looks wrong.
No, it doesn't, because they obviously, if they will sit in that way, then that works. Yeah. Because with these ones, so obviously with the infinity ones, they've got the nice evenness. With these ones, they've got that slight jaunt to them, which means, depending on which order you thread these, they will sit at a different angle, and they give you this lovely sort of splayed effect. They're really interesting to be able to look at. I'll show you this other one as well, which I wanted to show you was a double-sided too. So loads of different colours here, loads of different effects, depending on which side you use them on. I love that colour, and then you've got the golden hue. Okay, obviously we've had to get all of the colours that we have. Can I just let you know? Buckinghamshire, well done. Cardiff, well done. County Durham, well done. Kent, well done. Surrey, nice work. Cumbria, then my neck of the woods, well done. South Yorkshire, good work to you. You've literally just checked out. I've had Buckinghamshire, you've just come through on the phone lines, nice work to you. Nottinghamshire, nice work. Essex, hello to Somerset as well. And I've got a few of you with this in your basket. So if you do fancy seizing the moment, absolutely do feel free to now, because I think when we do lines like this, usually what happens is you might, for example, be able to get this one and this one in a kit, and they might be in a kit with some plain seed beads, so you have to buy the full kit. But maybe you don't just want that colourway. Maybe you want this colourway as well to work together, so you might have to buy a separate kit. With this, it's all of the bump, none of the oomph. That makes sense, sort of. So if you do fancy grabbing it, you absolutely should seize the moment. And there's loads of cool colourways in here, aren't there? I like all of these ones together, actually. I bet they're the one with sort of the apricot effect, almost.
But what I find is amazing with the seed beads, you might think, oh, I really love that colour, because every time I work the seed bead, I think this is now my new favourite, until I try something else. And there might be, I've bought all sorts of colours, and sometimes I think, not keen on that, I don't know when I'm going to use it. And then I start using it, and I'll use it with a colour that I'm thinking, I'm going to just try it. And you think,
and it goes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you always surprise yourself with seed beads, how fantastic they can look.
And that's what is so exciting, I suppose, about diving into the world of gemstones, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let me just, obviously, you all have the chance to win this slice of excitement, but let me just, until Wednesday, obviously, but let me just show you exactly what you were saying then. You know, I'm popping these with them, and it goes with all of it, doesn't it? It fits in perfectly, even with all of this sort of a mass of colours. because they have different personalities.
I would tend to, if I had all of those, I would just like close my eyes, pick 3 colours like that, and think I'm going to make something with it. And I tell you what, it will look fantastic. That's the thing with seed beads, that if you think about it and put some colours together, they'll look lovely. But you can just pick a mix and think, and think, oh, I'm not sure. But then put them together. And they work. You'll be amazed.
Are you quite good at that? Are you quite good at being a bit random?
Yeah,
or
I like
does
to
that
challenge. I like
you
to
do,
challenge
you like
myself.
It?
Yeah, I like experimenting. I think you can create so much more if you experiment and step outside of the box.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't work. You just cut it off and start again. But sometimes you think, oh my goodness, and it sets you on another tangent. You think, oh, from this idea, I thought of something else. So I always say experiment, absolutely.
And that is why shapes like this that we do not get to see, as I said, I've only brought this shape to you once, and I've not brought most of these colours before. Experimenting and pushing yourself could open up a whole new pathway for you and your creativity. So it's well worth grabbing your hands on it now whilst we can and whilst they're here. And I will just let you know too, the fact that they have got really nice sized drill holes on them. That one was a bit bent, let me show you, there we go. You see they've got an alright sized drill hole on them, so even sort of my findings go through. So that's good for if you are going to do sort of traditional seed beading, because it means that you can go back and through them, a fair few times. So it's well worth getting your hands on them. And obviously there's almost different colour palettes which have almost different themes in here. So I'm thinking kind of like, these ones to me a sort of holiday vibe. I'm seeing sort of your sandy tones there. Then here I've got sort of, oh, I quite like those ones together. That one's kind of the Caribbean, isn't it? I'm going to the Caribbean here. Where do you think I'm going to with these?
Autumnal, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of autumnal, yeah. Almost a little bit kind of vintage.
It is. You imagine that with bronze, it's the bronzy. If you were using wire, because you can use wire with these as well.
Of course you can.
Nice bronze wire.
Yeah. In fact, if you've got the this that I did earlier on, I know it's not specifically wire, but it doesn't half work well. I did it just by itself, the tiger's tail, bead and thread, discount deal, so if you did fancy grabbing it, it'll work as well. Well, I'm not sure. Yeah. Your favourite stone, that, isn't it? The smoky quartz. I just like winding him up. I think it'll look good with smoky quartz. No, everything looks good with smoky quartz. It really does. And just as a little reminder, I'll stack them up so you can sort of see the different colour shall as well. I'll sort of do that. Oh, wait up, lid's not on, Dan. Lid's not on. I didn't put that lid on, did I, Dan? There you are, you see some of the colours a bit better now. So you're getting an absolute wealth of these beauties. So if you do fancy grabbing them, you know what to do. 0800 644 655, press 1. Or you can join us at JewelleryMaker.com. You can also tap the app if you so wish. Okay, lay. Let me go now. You can see Ratnakiri zircon from a mile off. So, we were talking earlier actually about favourite gemstones, and I was saying zircon is my favourite. Zircon's my favourite because it's the most ancient. It is the most historic. The fact that this gemstone began forming before the earth even span boggles my mind. It confuses me, it perplexes me. But one thing I love about it, kind of outside of those realms, is the fact that any diamond you can think of, any diamond, whether it's a diamond in your wedding ring, whether it's the Hope diamond, no diamond splits the light like this one will. Because one ray of light enters this, and that ray of light then is literally split into two, which means it is sparkle central. When we talk about your Cambodian zircon, we are talking about the most famous location for zircon, bar none, essentially. Obviously, it's a matter of opinion, but that's what we're expecting. So what we're seeing here is luxury location with luxury sparkle. And I think the fact that this is such large sizes in the drops, can you see the fire on that recording? Yeah, you wouldn't get that with diamond. What you have here is £130 worth of Ratnakiri zircon. Can I just encourage you to get your authenticity with this? Remember, the rarity level of this, £64.95. As I've mentioned, this strand in particular, it's due to the fact that these are drops. Ratnakiri zircon we hardly ever manage to get in, but the fact that these are drops goes to show that we've been able to get a really good raw specimen to be able to offer you that. And this is probably the only, if not one of the only strands of Ratnakiri zircon drops we've ever done for you. So if you do want to grab it, get the authenticity, because just the pure locational name of Ratnakiri can take your prices up by easily 30-40% of sales. So it's well worth getting your hands on it now. I think that's probably the lowest priced drop of Ratnakiri I've ever seen, ever. So it's well worth treating yourself to it whilst you have the opportunity to do so. And remember, if rarity and scarcity is your thing, let me show you what I've got coming up. Pink tourmaline, anybody? I've also got for you incredible yellow diopside. Don't worry if you've never seen it before, you're not the only one. It's coming up for you in a bit. As well as that though, we're going to get a little bit messy with the lovely Suzie, because we have got two quite different kits coming up in the next hour. We're going to have a demonstration with Suzie as well. That's a little bit of a twist on your beading. So don't go anywhere. Myself and the team will be back in a few.
The Beadsmith is pleased to present 3 new designs from the Beadsmith Inspiration Squad to add to your International Beading Week with JewelleryMaker. Canadian designer Carolyn Cave brings you a fully diagrammed tutorial to make her Roseanne pendant. Learn how to combine ginkgo beads, kite beads, and honeycombs into a pendant with matching straps. British designer Katie Dean has created sweet components in a fun variety of shaped 2-hole beads and seed beads in her Flower Duo cuff. Her illustrated tutorial shows you step by step how to make and join each component, and take a look at the clever butterfly toggle clasp. From Beadsmith's creative director Leslie Rogalski comes the Chevron Duo necklace. With her easy-to-follow step-by-step instructions and color illustrations, you'll see how well these beads play together. Happy beading from everyone at the Beadsmith.
Hello everyone, it's Mark here. Not only am I opening the International Beading Week range of shows, I'm actually got the privilege of closing it as well. So what have we got in store? We have got the most amazing deal of the day, and the whole point of the show is geared around picks of the week, I'm going to call it. So all of the most amazing products that people missed out on, we're going to try and get extra stock of just for the late show on that evening. Plus, we've got a little something extra for all you new viewers that have recently joined us. So that's the late show, 31st of July. Join myself and Becky from 6. Looking forward to seeing you then.
Hi, I'm Linda Bromwell, guest designer here at JewelleryMaker. I'd love it if you can join me next week, next Tuesday morning show, the 30th of July. Next week is International Beading Week, and we have a lot of fantastic product on show during that week, and I specifically have the launch of some beautiful check glass little flower beads. Multitudes of colours, they come in duo colours, single colours, trios of colours, really pretty, really effective in jewellery making, and also the launch of a DVD on those flower beads. So I hope you can join me next Tuesday morning, part of International Beading Week. See you there.
JewelleryMakers, it's International Beading Week, and to celebrate we're running a Seed Bead and Beading Wall of Fame special. We want to see your beading makes, so send all of your entries to studio@jewellerymaker.com. You must put IBW in the subject title, and your entries will be read out on Wednesday Late Show with me, Vicky Gordon, and the winner will be drawn at 8 p.m. by Mark Smith.
JewelleryMaker. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, and welcome to the lovely Suzie.
Hi again.
Hello, it's lovely to have you back on our screens, of course. Suzie, how long have you been making jewellery for?
Officially about 5 or 6 years, but I've been making jewellery since I was about that high.
Really? So you've always been a bit of a crafter?
Yeah, because I paint, I dress make, do everything.
Yeah.
Do a bit of card making, but jewellery is what I really enjoy. And I started with macrame. And then my dad had these copper wires, and I used to make jewellery with this copper wire.
Did you?
Yeah. So I used to have little rings with little flowers on.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah. But so I've always loved, I mean, I absolutely love jewellery, so that's what got me into jewellery making.
And I think you can see, you're looking at these pieces now, I think you can see that this is something that Suzie absolutely loves doing. That's such a beautiful piece, and we're actually going to be looking at how to create this in a little bit. Can I just let you know a few treats that are coming up for you in this hour? Oh, in fact, let me hark back to the previous hour as well. The Infinity collection, the Infinity beads, these ones, exceptionally popular. So if you are just tuning in now, we are still checking out. We had 1,000 of them in loads and loads of different colours. $34.95 it was. People are still checking out. So I will just encourage you to be quick off the mark on that collection if you so wish. I've got coming up for you the gorgeous yellow diopside. Have you ever seen this before, Suzie?
No. Beautiful, really nice.
Lovely. Isn't that such an optimistic colour?
It is, and you get some really lovely depth of fire coming out of it. Absolutely beautiful.
It's fab, isn't it? It feels like a smiley colour, I always think, yellow, doesn't it?
Very happy colour.
Very.
Yeah.
This is coming up for you in an hour from now. Trust me, it's worth the wait. Very exciting to tell you about that. Also, just to let you know, I've got... Ooh. What an odd noise. That was sort of like excitement, but also... I don't know, like going for an audition at the Tower of Terror. Ooh, wasn't it? It was weird. Odd.
These are a must-have. I've got these.
Glitz.
In fact, I was talking to Georgia about these a bit earlier. They're fantastic.
For anyone who's not met Georgia, who is Georgia?
She's part of our
kit team. And she and you have been having a good old natter today, haven't you?
About future kits and what have you. And I was funny enough talking about these particular beads because they're just so useful. They're very glamorous to put into any sort of make because they look like jewels, don't they?
They really do.
They look like gemstones, and they've got 2 holes. And I've used these in a lot of seed bead works because you can use them as dangles.
Yes.
Or use it as traditional seed beading, or use them with gemstones. I use them with gemstones. So yeah, absolutely brilliant.
Isn't that random? It was meant to be, Suzie. It was meant to be. They're coming up for you in this time, and that is a bundle. So you don't have to choose which colour you like. You're going to get them all for one price. Are you just throwing your macrame on the floor?
Just throw a demo kit.
Pop it down there. So we'll be with those in a little bit. Before it, though, that is on pre-order. Before that, though, we are going to dive on into our kit. And this kit is so fresh.
It is.
Let me show you what you're going to be getting, because there's oodles in here. 2 genuine gemstone strands to start off with. And these are your wonderful shades of green. I am bringing in the 8mm in the green agate. And I have got your green varisite as well. Those are in your 4mm. Now that is a pop of colour, isn't it?
It is a pop of colour, and what a lovely pop of colour as well.
Isn't it?
Beautiful. Very spring-like. Very festivally as well. And because they come with the thread, it just tones it down. Yeah. Lovely.
Takes it down a little moment. Let me show you these ones. You're getting the 70 metres of your nylon cord, and that one's your final one that we do. It's a 0.4.
Yeah.
Now, why is that good for the likes of macrame?
Likes of macrame, you can do some very intricate patterns, and you can also incorporate beads with them, which I love to do. These particular beads have really big holes, so you can get the thread through, and you can actually get the thread through twice, which is fantastic.
Oh, that's really good.
So it's a really, really versatile thread to use.
And it goes beautifully with the mesh. I feel like we haven't seen the mesh in ages. This is your 3mm gauge, and we were going to talk to you briefly about kind of this and the makeup of this, because it doesn't look like much, but boy, it does a lot. It really, truly does. You can use it as an outer skirting. You can use it in its own right. You can use it almost chain-like. You can put things inside this using it as a netting design. We'll talk about that more in a moment, though. Yeah. It's very versatile indeed. So even if you're brand new, okay, it's one of those that if you're brand new and something goes wrong, it really doesn't matter with that. You can fix it. And lastly, but by no means leastly, we're going to bring to you this clasp selection. Yep. Now, these are not your traditional clasps, let's say, but they're perfect for macrame, aren't they? Beautiful with macrame, because you finish your ends and put them inside them, and it finishes them off beautifully. If I turn this round, you can see exactly what we mean. So, I don't know if you can see that, but it really gives it a really professional bit of glue, put it in, leave it for 20 minutes, done. And it looks so professional, because it's almost like you can't quite see how it's been done, can you? No. Very professional finish and look to that. So this is your wire forms collection. That price point on screen, very, very good. Wow. However, we are going to take it down for you again. So let's give you a deal and a half. 2 genuine gemstones, 70 metres worth of cord, all of that mesh and the clasp, £17.68 only. That's what we're taking this to. We're making nothing but friends on this one right now. As you know, it's very unusual for us to do kits under £20 because of the time, effort, energy it takes to make them, but also because of the amount of things you get within there. Yet we've done it for you today, and you can just see how, you know, far it's gone with Suzie. It goes a long way. A great beginner's kit as well. If you're sort of new to jewellery and you think, I'd like to try something, and you're a bit worried about wire or anything like that, fantastic kit to get. Macrame is a very easy medium, and there's lots of people that say I can't work with metals or I'm allergic to metals, so macrame is a very good medium to have for that sort of jewellery. It's very light and easy to wear. You can sort of wash it. Very good for men's jewellery as well. We always forget about men, but I think macrame is fantastic. Little bracelets. So yeah, and you get so much with the cords. It's just endless. You will not run out of it. Just goes on and on and on and on. So that is in one colourway. I'm going to bring you an alternate colourway now, if I may, which has got a slight difference to it, but I'll talk to you about that as we go through. These ones are a little bit bolder, still working with the rounds though, and this time we're bringing to you two of the most praised gemstones, I think, here at JewelleryMaker. Amethyst being one of them, labradorite being the other. How did you feel when you opened your bag and saw these? Because the green amethyst is absolutely beautiful, isn't it? It looks like a high-end gemstone. It's very, very clear. It reflects the light, and the labradorite, we all know, is beautiful. The colorations with the labradorite just pops with colour. And just lovely gems to work with. These are slightly different from the first kit. The first kit had larger holes. Now, sometimes it's really good to have larger holes, like I'm going to demonstrate why. Yeah. But sometimes it's really, really good to have small holes. Sometimes you don't want the larger holes because it won't work with some jewellery. So I've done alternative jewellery with these, which is absolutely ideal, that you wouldn't want to, you couldn't make with the other ones. Yeah, I see. I've made them there, and this is using thread, just beading thread with a needle. So if you can use and sort of stitching it, and just stitched it in. That's so clever. Couldn't make it any easier. You know, and because they've got the small hole, it works really well, and they stay in place. And we're bringing to you same mesh at 3mm in the silver. We've got the cord here for you as well, which has got a lovely sort of dark silver to it, again 0.4. And this time we're finishing off with silver plated hook and clasps. These are a little bit larger though, so you can do bigger designs. Yeah. If you have a look at the second one that goes with this kit, you'll see the macrame necklace, the grey one with the labradorite.
if we can see the grey one with the labradorite, with the little circles with the, that one over there. The reason I'm showing that, yes. Now that looks like I've threaded it, but what I've used there, because they've got the fine holes, is I've used what they call the lazy thread, and that's actually fireline. So it's the sort of thread that you use for seed beading. So I've used that, and then I've used the thread to make the macrame pattern. So
that's clever.
You can do so much.
So it really does show off your gemstones and throw off your makes. Remember, this is amethyst and labradorite. Bear that in mind, because the price you're about to see makes no sense. The only reason we're doing that price is because we want to match the alternate colourway for you, so it's a little bit sort of fair for everyone. That price point is incredible. I will just remind you that this labradorite strand we've got here is extra long. It really truly is. And the fact is that when you're getting that amount of labradorite, I, to be honest, would be expecting $12.95, maybe a push $9.95 for something like this. But that would be a real push of a discount deal. So to be able to get not just that strand, but the amethyst and the mesh and the clasp and the thread, it just goes on and on.
It does. You can make so much with it. The mesh, just so that you know, if you've never seen mesh before,
It's really cool.
It really is cool. It comes on this wire. I can't get the...
It's got like a spool tamer on it.
Very handy, especially with beading thread, because that unravels like you wouldn't believe.
Does.
But this is what it looks like, and it just looks like silver threaded wire. It's fantastic, but you can have a play with it. I mean, I would get it just to play with this, because you can open it out and you'll see that my jewellery, I've done exactly that, where you just pull it apart and it just opens up and looks such a delicate medium to work with.
It's like wire with lace almost, I always think.
It's very lacy, and you know, again, it's just your imagination that really stops your designs, really. But you can see that just there, 2 seconds.
That can be used as a petal or as feature pieces, as you've done.
Now, you might do that and think, no, I don't actually like that. You know, give it a pull. And it's back to normal again.
Et voila.
It's like magic thread. It's really good fun, and I thoroughly recommend it. It's very light. And if you're frightened of jewellery making or thinking, oh, I'm not sure, then do something like I did with this one, which looks like a very high-end,
I love that. It looks like a really expensive chain, that does.
Yeah, it looks like those sort of Italian type of chains.
You're right.
But I've just plaited it.
That looks so expensive.
And I expect if you were wearing it, people would just think that was sterling silver.
Oh yeah, definitely. So do treat yourself to it whilst you can. As a reminder, we have got a lot of people in, including multi-buyers on this one, so it's low stock for you right now. Multi-buyers on these. Also, just to let you know, the green variety has been popular too. I will let you know pre-order wise, the Gem Duos have gone pretty quick. Yeah. I had at last count 10% of my yellow diopside gone, but I imagine that's gone up in the last hour or so. This is the only strand we have available for you. It did sell out. I was able to get just shy of 60 back in. That's coming up for you in about 42.5 minutes. So yeah, not long to wait on that one. But do have a little nosy down at JewelleryMaker.com to see anything you fancy coming up. You can get on pre-order. But for now, let's get creative. Yes. Suzie, I'm with you. I'm excited.
We're
macrameing.
We are macrameing. Now, I haven't done this medium with you on TV before, but it's a lovely medium to use, and this is the one I'm going to make. Now, I haven't got my glasses with me, so bear with me. It's all going to be fun. But to make it, I always normally, as a guideline, when I'm macrameing, use 3 times the length you want for anything. And a bit. So for that bracelet, and necklace rather, it's a choker necklace, very sort of popular these days. This is a 15.5-inch choker necklace. I've used probably 1 metre to make the necklace, and you need 6 strands of these. Tie a knot, put it in there. So to make the first part of it, and I'll start making it, is you do your flat knots, and you need 10 of those. So we pick 2. And then we put the other 4, we tie it in. Now, a little tip for you, I don't know if you do it, but I normally find something to put at the bottom so it lifts it up.
That's
handy. It just makes it...
It's a bit less fiddly, isn't it?
Yeah, so it just makes it less fiddly. So to start with, for those who've never done macrame, very easy. You get one, either left or right, but you start putting it over the middle lazy strands, as they're called. Then get the other one on the other side, put it over that one, and then feed it through underneath and pull it through. And that's what they call a half hitch. Just tie it there, and then you go in the other direction. So whatever direction you started with, to finish off the flat knot or square knot, you go in the other direction. So over, under, and then tie it up. And that's the first knot. And then we just do this again. I'll show you a couple of times because it's very quick to do. And especially if you've got what I've done, put something there to give you a bit of height, it really makes it easy. And you get into a little rhythm with this. Now, if you wanted to make, say, a 16-inch, make these a bit longer.
Okay.
But I've done 10. So how you count 10 is, I'll do this because we'll now have done 2, is you've done 4 of the half hitches, and that makes a knot. I don't know if you can get in closer, but you get this pattern that looks what I call a fish, which is you've got a round bit and then you've got a flat bit at the side. And a good tip for that is if you go away, the phone goes, the doorbell goes, and you come back and you think, oh, where was I? Which side did I do? Look for the side that's got sort of a vertical line, because that is the one that you'll need to start with. So if you see a vertical line, you think that's the one I need to
carry on
do
with.
that. So I'm not going to bore you with doing all 10. So I've started that. So you do 10 of those. So far, so good. So then we get to this stage where we've done our 10. So I'm going to feed that back in. And then I'm going to take everything out. You know where we had it tied in there? We're now going to be swapping around. The nice thing with this design is that the lazy strands are formed from different parts of the threads.
Okay.
So to start this particular design, and you don't have to do it, you can use this inspiration to do anything you like. I started with 2 of the green agates and then 3 of the varicites.
I see.
So, first of all, you divide it into 2 sets of 3. Pick a middle one. Get your green agate, and because it's got a big hole, thank goodness for me, because I've not got my glasses, see how easy that threads, yay! And then, just push it under there, and then, from this side, over, get your thread under, so we're just making a square knot. Oops, I didn't put it under. That's because I've not got
How
my
did you know
glasses.
straight away you hadn't put that under?
I could see.
You can tell.
You can tell. And it needs to sort of include the lazy knot, otherwise it won't sit right. So you push it up and then go in the other direction, go under it and through. And then you do the same to the other side, but I shall show you. And then you're now going to add on 3 of the varicites to the same lazy strand. You can, on some designs, you pre-thread all your stones, but on this design you can't, and you'll find out why in a minute. Now, this is where, not having glasses, see there's one. There is
Whilst you're
2.
doing that, Tom's saying, oh, there's nothing in there, Petal. Tell me what it looked like. He's saying more wire mesh.
All right.
Do you think it's
Oh
this
yeah, different
collection here?
colours.
Do you reckon? Is it pink, green, pinky? Thank you, Dan. Oh, thank you, Petal. You're a love. Oh, wait up. No, it's me. Throwing them about. Oh, hello.
Oh, how pretty. The lovely colours. Oh, they're lovely, aren't they?
That's great.
You could mix them up. Very Christmassy, that one.
I like the idea of doing your chain design with that one.
Yeah, be really pretty.
Make you sort of strut, wouldn't it? Let me bring you the mesh that the wonderful Suzie has told us all about, and bring into your garden mesh. Yeah, I can see the garden feels. You've got these sort of flora and fauna colours running through here, haven't you? So I'm bringing you 5 yards of your 3mm mesh that lovely Susie's shown us just how versatile it is already.
It's fun to work with, really good fun.
we're bringing to you a should be price. That's great, actually, at £5 each. For 5 yards, that's not bad. It's really not, because it's metal. If you've ever tried to do, you know, wire mesh netting and things, it's a lot of work. That's £2.98 now each. Wow. £2.98 each only. So if you too love your meshes, love doing your bridal bouquets, love using this as a weaving thread, then it's a great way to get it because you've got so much of it, and it will go lovely with the silver that was in Susie's kit as well. So £8.95 for you now as opposed to £5 each. So worth treating yourself to it. 0800 644 655. Press 1 if you want to grab your hands on all of those. They would also go great actually with some of the colours we've got coming up in the jewels in a little bit, which are going crazy on pre-order. That's how Tom said it. Tom didn't say exactly like that. It was a bit deeper. Crazy, but sort of still the same. Anyway, Susie, I'm back with you, my love.
Right, so we've threaded on 3 of the Varicite onto the same lazy thread, and then we're going to make another square knot. So, as you saw there, just use the tension that you like. You can use a less tension and have a bigger gap. As you can see there, if I left it, I could leave it like that. But I'm going to keep it quite taut. So you just do that.
If you're new, how much sort of pressure are you putting onto this? Do you know what I mean? When you're doing the knot?
It's actually, you can't put enough pressure on. I'm actually pulling it quite tightly. So if you just remember to do it the same every time, you're fine. But I give it a good old yank. That's the way I am.
All right, perfect.
And then, so you can see that that's half of one side. And this is easy because all you have to do is remember that it's a square knot. So it's not lots of different patterns. And you would repeat that on the other side, which I've already done because we need to get to the next bit, which is the curly bit. So now, just on this, I'm showing you where we are. We're here, onto that bit. So we're now going to do this embellished bit there. So, here we go. So, pretend I've done the other side as well, because it all takes the same size, so you can see that. Now then, with this, what you now do is pick the 2 middle ones, because you're going to bring them together, and on that, you're going to thread one of the green agates. I've already threaded it, because I haven't got my glasses, so I did that secretly, just in case we struggled. But you can see, then you just pull it up, and then use that. So it's the same, it's really good fun because you're just mixing up the shapes. Get them out the way, put that in there, and then you're going to do 2 or 4 of your square knots. So 1, I think I did it that way, 2, it'll all come together because now this pattern gets repeated all the way down to the other end. So I'm just going to show you how to do this one bit, and then this is how your pattern forms. So now you've got the middle bit, and then you have to take this off. It is swapping around lazy strands, but now then this one, the outside ones, you thread on 3, 4 of these. You can
just to take the pressure off.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. Because you know what it's like when there's a camera pointed at you. Can you do something as simple as thread? No. Let alone without your glasses.
Yeah.
I have got for you.
I'm amazed that I'm seeing this.
Are you doing a corker job? I couldn't do it, and I don't even wear glasses. I have got the silver and gold linings collection. So it's the wonderful mesh that Susie's been working with. This time though, you've got the silver and the gold. So imagine recreating some of these designs that Susie's done and maybe plaiting these together, etc. Should be $9.95. Of course they should. They're a $5-ish each, aren't they? Not today. We're doing them in bundles. Why? Because we want to. Because we want to. £5.95. It's essentially you buy one, you get one for £1, basically. So if you do fancy it, now is your chance. And do not forget that if you are in love with your kind of mixed metal colours, I've got these coming up on show. I've had sterling silver already for you. I did these as well, the bullet ring class in rose gold. They're coming up too. I've already done them, sorry. So yeah, we've got loads more metallics still to come. And again, if you love your happy-go-lucky colours, then this is launching for you in about 35 minutes. Well, launching for me, it's only been on once before, so don't forget, that is here to come. Suzie?
Yeah.
You're all
Brilliant.
threaded, I can
I'm all
see.
threaded with my beads.
Threaded up.
So what I've done here now is we're going to make that little pattern around that bead. So 4 each side, and then that's going to form a pattern there. So how we join them, so I've done 4 there. So we do one side at a time.
Okay.
So thread that one in there, just to keep it tight. And then grabbing that, we now just do 1 square knot or 2 half hitches to thread it onto that. You see, just thread it on over, under. I'll do it carefully again, just in case you're new and you think, what on earth is she doing? That one's gone over that, but how easy was that? Right, so that's that side.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show you very slowly now. So you have your lazy strand, which is the one in the middle. Just pull it tight. It just makes it much easier. You don't have to, but it just makes it easier to work when you're macrame. So again, this time, because it's on the outside, I'll start with this side. So you just put it over the top, put this thread over the top of that thread, and then feed it under the middle thread and out through the hole you've made. Then pull tight, and going in the other direction now, over the lazy strand, get the other thread over the top, under the lazy strand, through that hole, and then pull tight. And now you can see that they're joined. And you just carry on now that pattern, take these off, because you're now going to change the lazy strand. So then you would just carry on, and I won't bore you with it. You would then thread through another green bead, there, macrame that twice, or 4 half hitches,
Okay.
and then thread on 4 that side, add macrame that side, 4 that side, and then you start to build this pattern up, which is what you can see here, if you want to just show the camera. So you see we've done 1, and then you just carry that all the way along, and then at the other end, you just go backwards. So when you've finished making as many of these as required, you then go back to adding 3 on one side, 3 on another, then your 2 beads, and then 10 of these. And then all you do when you get the end, like this, and that knot, you can just tie it nearer there, or you can put a bit of wire around it, and then you just snip it off, and then you literally get a bit of glue, put it all over this, stick a bit in the hole of the cloth, give it a good old jank. Sometimes I use like a T-pin just to get in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Got to be strong, because it's got to last, and that will not come out. And then leave it for about 20 minutes minimum.
And then
overnight if possible.
Et voila!
Et voila! That is it.
That, as a design, is beautiful. That is one of the heaviest beaded macrame things I have seen, and it is, honestly, you've made that look so simple.
It is easy.
You really have.
It is.
So thank you so much
That's
for
all
sharing
right.
that
That's
with
okay.
us. If you have watched that and you've gone, oh, handles are cord, I need to get making, then let me show you all of these, because
Well,
I've got oodles
yeah.
and oodles for you here. This is 2,080 meters worth of your nylon cord, and check out all these colors. You've got beautiful pinks, you've got bright reds, you've got your chocolate colors, you've got your sunset oranges, you've got the sort of mint hues, you've got your light olive there, you've got your khaki as well, and then I'm bringing to you that wonderful foreboding grey. These are all in your 0.3, so these are mega fine, and I know what you're thinking, it's dead fine, so it's not going to be strong.
It's very strong.
It's so strong.
Very strong.
It truly, truly is. And it's because, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it's not like when you know, go to an half-decent hotel and they have them little sewing kits and they have like the cottons and they're all in line. Do you know what I mean? It's not like that. It's almost sort of interwoven and twisted together. So you have got this overall strength within it. So even really big beads you can place on this, even, you know, such as in your design there where you're doing lots of knots.
Yeah, absolutely.
Doesn't face them at all, does it?
This is ideal as well. If you're pearl knotting for the first time and you have our pearls, here at JewelleryMaker they have a lovely size hole that you will get this through. It's not so small that you need really fine thread, which is in some cases is fine, and it's not so big that they're going to sort of wobble around. It's perfect, so that you can do pearl knotting with this to give you the colours. Now the advantage over this over silk thread, and I know we all love to say it's a hand knotted silk threaded necklace.
Of course.
The only thing with silk is, one, it gets dirty very easily, but it stretches.
Yes.
And so if you wear it, even after about 3 or 4 wears, you will notice that it started to get a bit baggy. And after a couple of years, you'll have to re-thread it. The advantage over this, because it's nylon, it just never does. It just stays the same.
It just stays as it should. So you are going to be getting 260 metres on each spool, which is 2,080 metres, which in miles is 1.2 miles.
Wow.
I mean,
that's a lot.
That's more than I fancy to do, to be honest. But that is a minuscule amount, therefore, per metre. You're getting it for £32.95. It lasts and lasts and lasts. And of course, you've got a little bit of something for pretty much every colour here. I mean, even if I just get out some from your kits, look how perfectly they're going to go.
They just give a different sort of feel to it. Look at that, even with the red. You imagine that pops with the red.
Yeah, the pops of greens with it.
Put it with that orange. Again, this is something I wouldn't think of doing, but isn't that lovely? Just with that. That's what I'm saying. Just experiment with colours. It is absolutely amazing. You get a different feel. Traditionally, you might think, oh, I'll sort of colour tone it with the same home. And again, if you want that sort of bronze look, fantastic.
Pop it.
Play with it.
Enjoy those. Have fun with those ones, definitely. You have been waiting patiently and we thank you for it. A lot of you have already checked out, I understand, and we are going to bring them to you right here, right now. You've waited, as have you, Suzie, because I saw as soon as I brought these out, I am bringing to you right here, right now, your wonderful gem duos. And it is a bundle. I showed you 4 before. I've actually got 5. And they're coming up to you right here, right now. Already a big percentage of these is gone, okay? These are your double drilled. I'm going to get a few of them out. Obviously, I won't get them all out at once. Isle of Anglesey, you checked out. Wiltshire, you checked out. Worcestershire, you already have. Channel Isles, you did. Surrey, and another Surrey, you did. Cornwall did. Ayrshire did. City of Bristol, there's others. You've already checked out. If you've not seen them before, let me show you around them. They are, for all intents and purposes on the outside, a diamond shape. And as you can see here, they've got a double drill hole. Now, what else is exciting about these is they're all very flat on one side, as you can see. But if I just flip that bead over, literally, you can see it's more pronounced on this side, almost like the opposite of a culé to a table. So what you're getting here is really interesting in its look. Now, let me give you, if I may, all of their sort of official names. So you're going to get your backlit pink citrine, you're going to get your honey drizzle, gosh, I want to eat all of these. You're going to get your Picasso jet, not so much that one. You want to get your polychrome, that's your mint chocolate, ooh yeah. As well as that, I'm also going to bring you your jet seed bead as well. So let me just show you, the jet is obviously the black, but let me show you this one, which is your jet Picasso, which I really like. I think it looks quite expensive. There is a huge portion of these gone already, and Suzie, you've said you've worked with these a few times. I have. Why do you like them so much?
Because they look like gemstones without being gemstones, and they just add a different level to seed beading jewellery. I've used these with gemstones and used them as spacers to begin with, but also when you do, I don't know what you call it, you know, like the lace work, they ping really well. You know when you get the lacy...
Tatting.
Is it tatting?
Is it tatting? Is that what you're thinking of?
But where you do, say 6, I don't know, it could be 4, and then you put one of these on, then do another 6 so that you get the sort of...
Like a swag.
Lattice effect. Yeah, it's like a lattice. And then you go back round, and then you use these to feed the spaces through. And what you get is a lovely lacy effect, but pum with colour. And you couldn't get that with a natural gemstone because one, it's only got one hole, and two, the actual gemstone is probably the hole's too small. Whereas this is absolutely perfect, and you just get amazing jewellery. This one particularly.
Oh, I've got to get that one out. Yeah, have you worked with this one? Yeah.
These ones are, they've got lots of colours on them. I think they've got an AB effect to them.
They've got the two different sides, haven't they?
So one's the flat side, which is silver, which gives the reflection, and that you sit, I make it so that sits on your body, so it sits really flatly.
Okay, nice.
And then you turn it over, and that's where the magic happens, she says.
It's harder than it looks, isn't it? So you've got this beautiful mirror-like side on one, which Suzie is saying she has sort of against the body, if you will.
Yeah, there you go.
And then, this is the side you love.
Yeah, that looks like a mystic topaz, doesn't it?
Yeah,
That's the
right.
effect you're going to get with that, and it looks like a gemstone. It really, really does.
Yeah. So you've got the two drill holes there as well, as you can see. They tessellate beautifully in together, which is really good. Even if you've got like our fine elastic, and you could kind of do a multi-layered look.
Yeah, because the hole's big enough.
Yeah. Now, one thing I do just want to forewarn you on, low stock now, because we haven't seen these very often. They are being very popular right now, especially as we've put them in a bundle for you. So let me let you know, 50% of my stock has now gone on these. I didn't have loads of them to start off with, but I have most certainly less now. So we're going to bring it to you.
Amazing.
£12.95. That's, you know, a chippy tea for two, or absolute lasting gem duo collection. But I think that looks so expensive.
It does. You've got the same size. What's it called? Sort of consistency in sizes with these.
Yes,
consistency with the holes. Absolutely brilliant to have.
They work, don't they?
Yeah, I remember the first time I used them thinking, what on earth do I do with these? You know, like sometimes you buy things, again, it's like, I'm going to buy them.
Have a play.
Have a play.
Yeah.
And then I just fell in love with them. I'm thinking, right,
Now I need
having them
more.
all.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
You fall in love with them.
Yeah.
And it's interesting with that, is because, you know, we sort of talk about creativity and exploration of creativity. The more you explore, the more you learn, the more it pushes you.
Yeah, it does.
The more exciting it is, isn't it?
Exactly, and what you can make, and you think, oh, I never thought. But sometimes as well, especially with seed beads, especially there's so many books, and there's separate, you know, there's proper patterns that you can follow.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to get caught up in thinking, I'm following this pattern, this is quite boring because it's a pattern and I need to make sure I concentrate, otherwise I'm going to miss the pattern.
Yeah.
But do what I do, is just get a whole load out and just make it up as you go along.
Go with it. Yeah.
You know, it's great if you can do peyote, I can do peyote, but I get bored, so I try, and I've made up all sorts of different patterns that I join together, and it's so much fun.
Just playing.
It is, and you create something at the end of it that's unique.
So treat yourself to these right now. Well done to Eileen, Audrey, Carol, another Carol, Jane, Anne, Vera, Tina, Margaret, Patricia. Well done, Sandra. I've got Jane, Natin. What is that name? South Yorkshire. Agneska, maybe? I'm not sure if I've 100% pronounced it wrong, but love a bit of an unusual one. No, it's not Jane from South Yorkshire I'm looking at, Tom, but thanks. Tracy, Lucy, Caroline, Jimati, well done. I've got the lovely Deborah for you. I've got Ruth and Anne and Kirsty and Tanya. Oh yeah, I should have sung all the names, shouldn't I, again? Yeah, I should have done. I feel like it's too late now. No, Dan, I feel like it is. No, Dan, I feel like it is, but thanks. Well done to all of you. It is wonderful for you to be able to treat yourself to it. And remember, when you're having fun with these, you can have fun with your different gemstones, your different cord colours. Do you mind if I give a sneaky peek of your next kit?
Yeah, do.
Can I? Just the gemstones?
Lovely kit. You can't go wrong with this one. I mean, I could not make horrible jewellery because it was just such pretty colours.
I just wanted to show you this because this kit and the beauty of the colour in this, I dare anyone not to like at least one of these strands.
Absolutely, I dare anybody not to make beautiful jewellery with it. You know, you can't go wrong.
Yeah. Agnieszka. That's how you pronounce it, apparently. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, online translator. Very good. Oh, gosh, we're modern here, aren't we? Aren't we? Oh, just flung them at you. Sorry, Susie. Did anyone sort of forewarn you that I am a hazard? And
I'm going to put these away.
yeah, it's probably for the
I'm
best,
a tidy
Susie.
freak, so I'm going to put them
Yes,
away.
you were saying that before, actually,
Yeah,
that you are entitled.
yeah.
Are you one of these people who has like a jealousy-inducing workspace where everything's just nicely in boxes?
Yeah, oh my God, my workspace
Really?
is... Yeah, but the funny thing is, when I'm working, because
Yeah.
I get into it, it's a mess, you know, but then I have to clear it up
Straight
afterwards.
away.
Yeah, but you cannot make jewellery without creating a mess.
No, of
but
course not.
My workspaces are very, very tidy.
Very tidy and neat.
Yes.
How about... I know, I haven't shocked anywhere with that, have I? How about I bring you some jasper now? A bit of mixed colour, because we're bringing you many of colours in here. So, let me bring you some more mixed colours. 14, did you say, my love? I like you trying to be northern. Oh, I did, love. I don't know, you go a bit sort of Nora Batty off of Last of the Summer Wines. Do you know what I mean? Do you remember her? No? Anyway, I am bringing to you 8mm perfect rounds of your multicolour jasper, and I think this is just so exciting. What we've got here for you, for all intents and purpose, is a selection of jaspers which we have taken apart and added back in together so that you get a jasper that Mother Nature does not create. And let's face it, she creates a whole heap of jaspers. She creates jaspers that are named after artists. She does jaspers that are named after flowers. She does, you know, all these different types of jasper. She does not create a jasper that looks quite like this. And I love it because I think it takes all of the benefits of jasper and all of the colour palettes of jasper and ties them in together. You know, as Susie was mentioning just earlier on about, you know, playing with different colours together, you might not think they work, and then you put them together and you go, hang on, they do. It's like we've proved it here,
exactly.
isn't it?
It's proof positive there.
Any colour pretty much you can think of you're going to see on here. I have got neon blues, I've got baby blues, I've got peridot greens, I've got oranges, I've got yellows, I've got purples almost, I've got pinks in here. I've got it all going on in this strand, and you're getting that lovely lattice-like effect on the surface as well. Hi! I am so happy to see you, Becky, darling. Oh, that's so nice and wonderful, Susie. Amazing show, and that's lots of love from Tracy.
Oh, hi, Tracy.
Mwah! Oh, that was a bit spittier than I thought it was going to be.
Oh.
Sorry, Tracy. No, I didn't have to share it. No, I didn't. That's just for you, Tracy. Sorry. Just a little bit. I just got a bit overzealous there, Tracy. Got a bit keen, a bit too keen. Yeah. Anyway, £8.95, Tracy. I hope you're having a fabulous day, my love. I hope you all are. I hope it's been really creative. I've got some really cool things coming up for you tonight. I do. I've got this one coming up for you. It's a star by Last Hour, I think it is, which is your snake skin. That's coming up. Up next, I've got amethyst.
It is.
That glow is impeccable, isn't it?
It is. It's beautiful. Quite pinky. Lovely.
Pink, peachy almost amethyst I'm bringing to you now. And do you know what? As I mentioned before, you know, I'm a February baby, so this is my birthstone, and I am quite lucky that my favourite colour happens to be my birthstone's traditional colour of the purple. Purple has been my favourite colour for quite some time, but it's interesting. You can sometimes have too much of a good thing, can't you? And I feel that way a little bit about amethyst sometimes. So the first time that I saw an amethyst that wasn't that really traditional, stereotypical purple, instantly it raised a smile. As I also mentioned before, though, I am a little bit of a birthstone snob. Because I've been brought up knowing that amethyst is my birthstone, I'm a little bit pernickety. You know, I like all amethyst in its own right, but if I'm being honest, because I've seen so much of it over the years, I want the creme de la creme. And one thing that I look for in amethyst is of course colour, but maybe even over that is brilliance. Now, you don't get to see brilliance in an amethyst as a general rule. Amethyst, as a general rule, has silks internally which help emphasise its colour. So usually you have to opt for colour, but then the internal light display isn't that exciting. This lights up like a topaz.
Very clear.
The brilliance on this is incredible. And if you fancy adding it to your collection, I'd start dialing, because it's your stuff by now. It has got the most beautiful brilliance to it. For anyone who doesn't know what brilliance is, brilliance sometimes referred to as internal luster. So luster, you probably know the word luster off of all those shampoos adverts. You know what I mean? The shampoo adverts, like, after using Hair and Go, after using Hair and Go, my hair was so lustrous. It's like shiny, basically. Brilliance is something we sometimes refer to as internal luster. It means inner glow. It is something that we love in amethyst, but we rarely find. Do you think we've got inner glow on this? Because I definitely do.
Yeah.
You can almost see it following you, can't you? You see these sort of glacial-like moments that kind of catch your eye. I think it makes it look dead expensive.
Very, yes. It looks like Rose de France.
Rose de France, almost. Yeah, it does, you're right. You have got this lovely inner glow, and the reason you're getting the inner glow is because of the quality of this, and the reason you're getting the inner glow is because it's eye clean, basically. So it's not full of silks, it's not got loads of sort of...
No, it's very, very clear.
Yeah, really clear
Absolutely
and crisp. I really appreciate this strand a lot, and I don't think it's just the glow that's making me smile, actually. I think it's also the size of these, because you're getting that impact of brilliance on a large scale. These are around 1 centimetre in size, well 9 by 5 if you want to be specific, in the centre there. So near 1 centimetre in size. It gives it even more time to interact with light. So if you too love your amethyst, you like it with a little bit of a twist, and or if you like your summertime hues, because I can think of quite a few kind of floral colours like this, then you're in the right place. Oh, did I mention? Also, if you're a bargain hunter, yeah, should have mentioned that, because we are going to do this as a star buy deal. Now, in my opinion, that price point on your screen already is sensational. The first piece of amethyst jewellery I bought for myself, I got on sale because I'm a bargain hunter. It was £165 into a beautiful ring, just one piece, no other gemstones, just one piece. I still own it now and I love it. It was £165 on sale. When I look at this carat weight and this quality and this glow, I can tell you that this is beating that £165 ring hand over fist, time after time, and particularly in the monetary value stakes, because I'm bringing you 95 carats worth of your pink amethyst. Tiny bit of heat applied to this, that is it. The little bit of heat that's applied to this is minuscule, because obviously you don't really heat amethyst. If you heat amethyst too much, it becomes citrine. So it's a tiny bit of heat applied just to intensify it slightly. But with that clarity, with that beauty, just £12.95 for 95 carats in total. I think that's rad.
Fantastic. People often say their favourite gemstone is amethyst. If you do craft fairs or people, ask you about jewellery, they'll normally say, I love amethyst, or have you got something in amethyst? That's my favourite gemstone. So always have amethyst with you, and always make whatever you're making with amethyst as well, because invariably they might say, oh, I really like that black spinel, but my favourite's amethyst. Think, yes. Time and time again I've been told, I love it with amethyst. I make a lot of pearl jewellery and I incorporate amethyst into them because they love amethyst.
So much.
Yeah, so you always have amethyst with you.
It's one that a lot of people know,
Yeah,
though, isn't
they
it?
know it's a popular
I think
gemstone.
when you're younger, you know diamond, opal, emerald, sapphire, but you maybe don't necessarily know. I don't know what sphene. You maybe don't know labradorite, but you know amethyst.
Absolutely. And you know it's a gemstone, whereas somebody could say the lovely yellow diopside, and they go, right, okay, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, like you
I've
don't
never
know.
heard of it.
Never heard
I
of
don't
it,
know
yeah.
if it's valuable, if it's not valuable.
Yeah.
So, but amethyst, you know exactly what you're getting.
Yeah, you do. It's almost a gemstone you don't have to educate your audience on.
Exactly, yeah.
So it's £12.95. I just want to say, if these colours are your idea of a good time, this is coming up in a kit, which I think works rather delightfully. Also, these have been really, really popular, but I just want to show you them again because there was, hang on, a couple of colours that I thought would go nicely. This one I like. That one's not a million miles off, actually. Let me show you that one.
That one, yeah.
Look at us. One mind shared.
Oh, look at that.
I did these as a bundle earlier on. We brought you 1,000 of them. Yeah, for £34.95. 4p per bead approximately. These were just some of the colours. There's some more over there, but yeah, if you do fancy grabbing them, now is your chance, just because obviously they have been popular because we don't get to see them often. So at the bottom of your screen, all your information. It is IMXC90. I'll say that one more time. IMXC90. That's your code if you want to grab your hands on it. Do so now. We have got for you now Hertfordshire, Lancashire, West Midlands, Yorkshire even, checking out Aberdeenshire, etc. Sorry, your names have gone off my screen now, but well done, one and all. You've got yourself something really, really beautiful there, and I will mention as well. So, well done, one and all. Oh! Kumihimo disc, anyone?
Yes, really good medium to have. Lovely for if you've got kids, get them onto this. It's really good. If you like macrame, you're going to love Kumihimo. It's really easy.
If you have children or work with children, you will know that this time of year is one of the busiest times of year. The kids are all excited. It's the summer holidays. You get around about. You get all of these brilliant ideas. You get outings. You get things you're going to do. You get people you're going to meet. You get activities sorted out, and then you run out of them in about 3 days, and you think, how am I going to complete the next 5 weeks of the summer holidays? As you've just said, this
Absolutely
is
brilliant.
perfect. You have got here your Kumihimo disc, which you could use with some of the cords I've brought for you today. If you're not entirely sure what Kumihimo is, it's a really traditional sort of knitting.
It's a sort of
twisting, weaving.
A
That's a better
Japanese weave. It
description.
was used originally for the Japanese, where they put their little nochis, noguchis, or whatever they're called. And they tied them up with that really beautiful satin woven
braid. That's the perfect word for it. And that is what this can help you create, and you can use it in jewellery, necklaces, hairbands.
Absolutely, really versatile, really easy to do. Just so that you know, you've got a hole in the middle, you thread all your threads through.
Just like the threads
hole.
that you were working with earlier.
Yeah, exactly, as many as you like, but say the minimum is probably 8. And then on here you'll see north, south, east, west, and then you've got numbers. Well, as a beginner, ignore all your numbers. That's if you get a really complicated pattern, absolutely useful. But for a beginner, north, south, east, west, and then all you do is put 2 on each side of that, 2 on each side of that, 2 on each side of that, 2 on each side of that. And then all you do, you've got, say, a long strand, and you've got these hanging out this side, and then you just swap them over like that, and then just move the disc one at a time, swap them over, move the disc. And you just keep going.
Yeah.
And then the magic comes out the end there.
And you can use different colours and different
you get
things.
different
And it creates patterns.
It's fantastic. And if you
really cool.
want to be really clever, is you can put some with threads, you know, thread it with beads or seed beads, and then you get beaded designs from it. But really good fun.
It's only £1.95 as well. Yeah. And genuinely, I believe Kumihimo is one of the cheapest mediums you can start off life with. Yeah. Like you were saying before, you know, you're a card maker, etc. even starting off card making.
Yeah, you have to buy
you can't do
all
it
the
for 2
sorts of
quid,
things,
can
yeah.
you?
You have to be committed in buying cards.
So well worth treating yourself to it. And we do have DVDs as well related to it. Let me bring you now one of the most famous agates on the planet, Botswana.
Yeah.
Natural hues of Botswana are always, always popular, and this has got such personality.
Beautiful. Now, I had this in one of my earlier kits.
Did you?
Yes,
Oh,
a couple
how
of
random.
kits ago.
Yeah.
And I made some jewellery with that, and you can make lovely jewellery with it. Really, really versatile.
We're giving you a drop-down deal today. I think, you know, Botswana agate at £15 is good, but actually, at £3.95.
And that's an expensive agate, isn't it?
Yeah, you're right.
Botswana is one of the most expensive.
It is. Especially when it's natural like this, you know, we haven't added any oomph or bump to it.
No.
So at £3.95, that really, you genuinely are getting yourself an absolute steal of a deal. And remember, if you're spending over £50 today, you get entered in to win that slice of seed bead cake. As amongst other treats that we will announce the winners on Friday. So do keep your eyes peeled for that. Can I just give you a heads up about the thing rotating around at the bottom of your screen? Because I think it's really important we give this gemstone its dues. It's quite easy, I suppose, to watch Jewellery Maker and fall into the fun and the creativity and to see us all as sort of family and friends, which is absolutely the case. One thing you have to remember too, we are gemstone geeks, and we're going to pass on that geekery just after the break.
Are you new to Jewellery Maker? Shop with us for the first time and you'll receive a free gift. The free gift includes 2 beautiful gemstone strands in an organza bag, plus a DVD ideal for jewellery making newbies, featuring tutorials essential for getting started and so much more. As long as you qualify as a new customer and haven't shopped with us before, then your free gift will automatically be added to your order when you make your first purchase with us. It's really that simple. Gemstone strands are selected at random, so gemstone size, shape and colour will vary for each new customer. Why stop there? Once you receive your new free gift, we'd love to see what you create. Share your designs with us via our Facebook page and join our creative community of jewellery makers. Start your jewellery making journey with us today. Create, wear, share.
Hi, I'm Linda Bromwell, guest designer at Jewellery Maker. My main specialities at Jewellery Maker are beading work, seed beading work comes under that hat too, and anything really that I feel that I can turn my hand to by watching other designers. I got into beading probably about 3 years ago, and that was purely down to Jewellery Maker. As soon as seed beads came into the building, I instantly knew that I could use them and incorporate them into my textile work, which is one of the things that I really enjoy doing. So basically, Jewellery Maker themselves got me into beading. What I love about beading more than anything is the opportunity to have so much colour. Let's say we go with the primary colours, but there are probably hundreds and hundreds of shades of red, hundreds and hundreds of shades of blue, purple, etc. And by having that, it gives you such a opportunity to create texture, shape, shading, etc. in your jewellery making. During International Beading Week, again, it's really exciting. I am going to be launching a new bead, a new seed bead to Jewellery Maker. It's a little flower bead, check glass, and it's absolutely beautiful. It comes in a range of different colourways. We've got ones with multicolours, we've got ones with one colour, we've got ones translucent, we've got iridescent. Just a joy to work with. So if you like a bit of gardening and you love your flowers, this is the bead for you.
It's easy to stay in touch with Jewellery Maker. You can like our Facebook page and join a community of over 65,000 people. You can follow us on Twitter and tweet us your messages and opinions, send photos of your designs and enter our Wall of Fame competition. Or if you need any help or advice, you can email our friendly help team. Make sure to get involved and stay up to date with JewelleryMaker.
If you have a question or a query for JewelleryMaker, then you can contact our call centre on 0800 644 655 and press option 2. Or alternatively, you can email help@jewellerymaker.com.
What I am about to offer to you now is really very, very special. And what I like about this gemstone is I think it proves a couple of things. It proves that JewelleryMaker have incredible connections. It proves also that Mother Nature knows no bounds. When I first started down the path of sort of exploring gems and what gems are about, the first qualification I did was my basic AJP. AJP, accredited jewellery professional. It's your basics, it's your bog standards. A lot of presenters who work here will have their AJP. It's something that gives you a good base knowledge, and that was, you know, a fair few years ago now. And when I did my AJP, I got taught a few things. Number one, garnet comes in every single colour apart from blue. Number two, diamond comes in every single colour apart from red. Number three, quartz comes in every single colour apart from red also. And D, when you think about dioxide, we are mentioning gemstones that are green. That was a lie, that was a lie, that was a lie. And now, literally now, that final one is a lie. Because what I'm about to offer to you is something that I was trained, even, you know, with GIA. I've also had training with GEMA as well, which is like the British equivalent. And I've done geology as well as gemology, training at different levels with different specialisms. I did a specialism in dioxide. Actually, there is a book that you used to be able to get off our sister channel, of which I wrote a short extract on. We all helped out writing an extract. I wrote an extract about dioxide, and within it, yellow dioxide was not mentioned. It was not a thing. I am not only about to offer to you dioxide, I'm about to offer you a dioxide I didn't know existed until a couple of weeks ago. If you look around for this, if you do your research on this, you are going to find JewelleryMaker comes to the top. I knew of the likes of Thashmarine dioxide, which is a yellowish green, but it is a yellowish green just like peridot is a yellowish green. What I want to offer you here is an exclusive opportunity, and I know full well that we have done this a couple of times before. When I launched Longido Ruby here at JewelleryMaker, I launched it when only the Gem Guide were talking about it. And then what happened? Boom, a couple of weeks later, Tucson Fair, whole stands about Longido. But we launched it before all of that happened. We were one of the absolute people on the cusp of this. That is where we are right now. We are essentially at the precipice, looking over the edge, and we're about to give you, the wonderful JewelleryMaker audience, an opportunity that as of yet even Cartier haven't worked with, haven't launched, even Tiffany haven't worked with and launched. And let me just remind you of something, because I think this is twofold. This could just be me as a bit of a sort of cynic now and again, even though I'm not really, but I always like to put myself in other people's shoes and go, right, hang on. Why on earth have JewelleryMaker launched this? It's and I've not heard of it anywhere else. It's either because first off, it's a fake, it's not real, or it's because no one else wants to work with it. Let me just remind you, and I'm going to do it backwards. First off, you may well see Cartier working with this, Chopard working with this, Bulgari working with this, Tiffany working with this. But let's remember, if this has only recently been found, a recent deposit, what do? We get it in raw form, we strand it, it's over to us in a few months. Do you think Cartier just grab it and go, right, quick, come up with a design, right, we can get this out and done in a few months? No. they have to make up a few pieces, they have to make sure they can sell it worldwide, they have to make sure they're going to be able to make hundreds of thousands, let's say, of them, so they're going to need enough raw material. Cartier can't just turn around and go, I've come up with an idea, here, let's do it. And that's why the likes of Cartier will have their autumn, winter fashion shows, you know, sort of February, March time, because they are that far in advance. Also, let me just point out another thing. This is not a fake, this is not a faux, and this is why I wanted to show you this. This has loads of really interesting information about it. I mean, it's a boring as you like table, but I'll briefly chat you through it here now, if I may, because this is related to this strand specifically. So you're going to be able to see a few times on this, and this is what I mean about our turnaround. You'll see here, April is when we were able to confirm that we were going to be able to get this. So again, pretty new gemstone, okay? So at 10th of April, sorry, is when we essentially got this through. Another thing I want to show you is just to give you an idea of how we do sizes and things. So we always say, for example, when the graphic's coming in the strand, you are going to see that this in size is around about a 2x1 to an 8 to a 1x8. And that is because out of all of the strands that we test, and we've tested 5 strands of this, we pick the smallest one and the smallest one, and then that becomes your overall size for the strand, which again is proof of Jewellery Maker under promising and over delivering. So actually that is the smallest one we found. You may well be getting much bigger sizes. And finally, the thing I want to prove to you is, because remember, these are not our lab tests, this is all done independently. This is done by one of the leading locations in the world. It's done in Rajasthan by an independent gem laboratory. The other thing I want to prove to you is where we get our names from, which sometimes sound a little bit weird. But you will see it will give you all of this information. Tells you the gemstone, tells you your family, diopside, tells you the origin, tells you the shape, tells you the finish, and maybe most importantly, tells you that this is not enhanced. So this is not only something that is so absolutely hot off the press, brand new, that we only got the ETD on this on the 10th of April, okay, which might to you sound like a long time, but trust us, to put an order in and to wait, you know, when we're this excited, it kind of has to go quickly. Also, the fact that this is saying, and you're going to get this if you get your authenticity, your lab report will say that this is yellow diopside from Madagascar and that it is natural. So, for anyone who was thinking, well, if it's that good, why haven't Cartier got it yet? In a few months' time, you never know. That's when they might launch. And for the other ones who were saying, that can't be real, I have just proven to you then, outsider lab test, it is absolutely and completely not enhanced. So, your mind's been put at rest. Who fancies being one of the first people on the planet to work with this gemstone? We have got a 1-minute opportunity starting now. So, by the time that gets around to the top, you have the opportunity to own this. And let me just remind you, this is the sizing that you're going to get. So, out of the 5 that we have tested, so we've tested sample 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different strands of this. We have said that the minimum size you're going to get is a 2x1 to a 1x8, and the size in the centre you're going to be looking not a million miles off, 3 centimetres there in the centre. Big carat weight overall. We're saying on here around about 16 carats was a minimum, but actually, again, this goes to prove what we do. We absolutely undersell it. When the graphics come in, it's not going to say 16.65, it's going to say 15 carats. We absolutely undercut to overperform. So not only are you going to get more than you expect, not only are you going to get maybe something before anyone else, but you are going to get the chance to work with this totally natural, unique opportunity in 3, 2, 1, graphics alive now. I wish every single one of you luck, and I really do. As I said, you know, I am absolutely a gemstone lover. I'm a bit of a gemstone geek. I love diopside as a fact anyway, but to be able to bring you something that a few years ago I was literally told by one of the biggest gemology companies on the planet that essentially yellow diopside is not a thing. Why? Because it wasn't, but it is now, and I am giving you the opportunity to be one of the first people to work with it. That to me is massively exciting, and I hope it is to you as well. Get ahead of the curve. Do you have one of those mates who knows all about the trends before the trends happen? You know what I mean? You see your mate and they've maybe got, I don't know, zany coloured hair, and then all of a sudden everyone else has, or they, you know, they wear like an outfit that just doesn't look right together, and then all of a sudden a few months later everyone else is doing it. You can be that person, but in gemstones, because this truly is one of the only times you're ever going to get to own this. This is a Fire-Nite gemstone. It really, truly is. And let me remind you as well, diopsides as a general rule on that comment, it was only 1988 when the Tucson Gem Fair really talked about Russian diopside. And where are we at now from 1988? So that's what, 31 years ago, 1988? In that time, Tucson Fair went, hey, yay, Russian diopside is huge. And where are we at it now? There's no more on the ground. We're not mining it for all intents and purposes anymore. That is what can happen in the gem trade. So seize the moment whilst it's happening. I won't mention your names on this because I'm well aware this could be a gift. I'm well aware that this is so at the forefront of sort of the moment that this could be a gift. So I won't mention your names just in case you sat next to someone on the sofa who's secretly drooling over this and you get him as a gift. I will say locations though. Pembrokeshire, congratulations, one of the first people on the planet to own this. Oh, sorry, I should have said as well. I've got less than 60 of this. Yeah, should have mentioned that. Pembrokeshire, well done. Yorkshire, well done. South Yorkshire, well done. West Midlands, well done. West Yorkshire, well done. East Riding, well done. East Sussex, well done. I've got, oh, an undisclosed location, well done. Surrey, nice work. Cardiff, good work. Worcestershire, nice one. Essex, good work. Greater London, nice work to you as well. And there are people sat with it in their baskets. The reason I'm saying congratulations to you lot straight away is because I can tell that you've got the passion for this. I can tell that you're looking at this and you're going, do you know what, I want to be one of the first people to work with this. I've only got 60. Well, I did. Isn't that incredible? Let's face it, we are bringing you something that you literally can't get anywhere else. I mean, we all know different people. We all have different, you know, like mates and ways of getting involved with stuff. I can literally not find yellow diopside like this anywhere else. Personally, I was having a look when I knew it was being launched. I had a little look online and I couldn't find anything. I get like publications sent to me. I was like, oh, I wonder if this is going to be spoken about. No, absolutely not. Because when I found about the we did Longido Ruby, and then literally like a publication a couple of weeks ago, I was like, oh, it's talking all about it. This is so hot off the press. I personally can't find anything else about it. But let me remind you, for you today, we are looking at your beautiful, completely and absolutely bold, exciting and very consistent natural yellow diopside for $14.95. I have got probably, realistically, half the stock gone, would you say? Over half, I'm being told, over half gone, probably. So if you do want to grab it, please just seize this moment. And I will let you know, 10th of August is when we got this, you know, like all confirmed that we were going to be able to bring it to you. It's taken us that long to get it. At the moment, we haven't got any plan to reorder this as of now. So we haven't got a schedule to reorder it on the list that I saw anyway. So just basically grab it whilst you can if you like it, because it's so optimistic a strand, isn't it, Suzie?
Some of them have got such a glow. They just, they're like luminescence, almost like they've got an internal torch inside them.
Yeah, you're totally right. It's incredible, isn't it?
I think just to have it as a, you know, if you're a gemstone collector, you said you collect gemstones, I collect gemstones, and it's nice to have, I've got all of these gemstones, even if you're not going to make jewellery with them, to say, I'm collecting, you know, it's so rare to find that, so have it in your collection at that price.
Completely agree. Could not agree more. Can I just suggest, it's up to you, but if you want to, authenticity on this, okay? Get it by calling the call centre, or you can get it on JewelleryMaker.com. But the reason I would say that is because that is independent proof that this is genuine yellow diopside, okay? Because this is so new, because this is so hot off the press, as I say, I've literally never heard of this before. It's so hot off the press. I would say to you, to have that proof, to have that authenticity, you are going to be giving yourself and your brand a real big sort of kudos point, because you are getting something absolutely and completely ahead of the curve. So grab it whilst you can. And again, just to remind you, this lab independent tests are saying yellow diopside from the diopside family, from Madagascar, in your nugget, smooth shape, completely unenhanced. No heat, no filling, no treatment whatsoever. So if you do want to grab it, now is your chance. As I say, I only have 60 of these available right here, right now. Well, technically that's a lie. Don't like lying. Technically it is, because I've had many of you check out your names. I've gone off my screen, so I can't actually see you anymore. But there is lots of multi-buyers in on this one. Even if it's just a point of owning it to talk about it. Then, now obviously I can't tell the future. I have no idea who else is going to be working with this, etc. But what I can tell you is when I brought to you, for example, I know I keep going back to this, but this is the perfect example. When I brought to you Longido Ruby, and we launched that here and we did an incredible prize, the next time we brought you a new strand of, the next time we wanted to bring you a new strand of Longido Ruby, we weren't able to purchase it at the same price. We had to pay more because it had taken off, it had become more popular. So we essentially, as of yet, have turned that offer we had down. So we've literally, to this date, still only had one strand of Longido Ruby because we brought it at a really good price. We then sold it on for a really good price. It then was put in all these publications and we went to gem fairs and we saw other people having it. And because of that, the price point had gone up. Because the price point had come up, we'd essentially, you know, what do you call it? Like we've almost sort of done ourselves over in a way, because the prices have gone up and we can't then go, right, we've been selling it for X amount. Would people be happy to pay 100% say on top of that? Maybe not. We've kind of made it a little bit too good. So we are still looking for it. I'm sure we will bring you some at some point again. But again, it's being ahead of the curve, and that is your opportunity at $14.95. I'd be happy to pay that for an everyday common diopside from anywhere.
Well, the thing is, you're saying that is a brand new gemstone. What tends to happen with gemstones like this that are very rare, you'll get sort of jewellery designers, say that are in America, that design for film stars, etc., will lend them for shows. They get shown, and the stars and the designers want to show something that nobody else has.
Something different.
So they might say, no, it's not a yellow diamond, it's a yellow diopside. Try and buy that, the rest of you. You know,
little bit sort of show offy in a way.
And so it's going to cost you, and I'm giving it to X, who is going to
promote it and everything else.
And then what happens is the price shoots up.
A huge well done to every single one of you. In all honesty, I would be happy to say I'm in the teens in figures of that. I mean, come on, Tom. When you say mega bundle of like seed beads, I'm like, ooh, 4 tubes. Not quite. I'm going to stand them all up. Wow. Right, I'm going to do a Mayuki mega bundle. Have I just heard?
Oh my goodness, I thought that was it.
Oh, no, I'm still going. Have a little nosy at all of these, because there are oodles. I've not seen that colour. I like a bit of the nude.
Yeah, nude is good.
Yeah, it is. Big fan. Have a little nosy. And I've got some delicas in here as well. I'll turn them ones to the side for me because they've got big stickers on them. So, this is your Mayuki Mega Bundle. There are absolutely oodles and oodles of seed beads in here, and don't even tell you. Obviously, some of you may or may not get the chance to win that. If you might not though get the chance to win this. With a bundle like this, you're not a million miles away, are you?
No.
You are not. We are bringing to you your Mayuki Mega Bundle, and we have got for you so many different colours. We'll run through a few. You've got your dyed red opaque in the 11.0s. In fact, they're all 11.0s. Let's just you know, say how easy that is. Also, you're going to get your light green, your peachy tan, you're getting your beige, your Aurora Borealis in the black, you're getting plum, turquoise, orange, metallic, matte Aurora Borealis as well. You're getting loads of different colours in here. This is a colour palette and a half. Already that price is undercutting what I would have expected, if I'm honest. Is that not for you too?
Yeah. Say £5 a tube.
That's already undercutting it, isn't it?
That's very good. That's really good.
Grab that whilst you can. We're looking about, what, £3.90 a tube then? So seize the moment. Grab these whilst you can. 11.0s across the board. So you are going to get like hundreds in each one.
They go on forever and ever and ever. People, you know, I hear all the guest designers saying that a tube of 11.0s will last you forever, and they honestly will. This is ideal if you're working with rose gold.
Yeah.
Use these as spacers, but again, I'm going to say pearls because I use a lot of pearls.
Yeah.
But I would use these as spacers to say this is and put a rose gold plated silver clasp on it. Put those as spacers because they're galvanised. It means the colour won't come off. And it doesn't affect the pearl either.
No.
Absolutely brilliant. Look at
So it
that.
doesn't leave any marking on the pearl or anything.
Beautiful. So you've got that. Then you've got the gold. These are like must-haves because you just use them as spacers. And 11.0s, you think they're tiny, and they are tiny, but they actually go such a long way, and they're such a useful tool.
Yeah.
So those two alone are worth the £39 just for spacers.
Just for usability.
And then you've got the rest of them. Now, I've used most of the colours. This is a beautiful peacocky colour, and that goes with absolutely everything. The colour I do like, and this is another brilliant colour that I've used. And again, it's one of these, because I think this is an AB, isn't it? Semi-matte.
Yes,
Semi-matte. And I remember tipping these out and thinking, not sure, because they're sort of a semi-matte. But my goodness, when I put them with a tasseled effect necklace, I thought, oh, I'm in love. My favourite one ever. This is what I'm saying. Absolutely brilliant. So there's that one. Oh. The other one that I think is absolutely fabulous.
I love this.
This is turquoise.
Summer,
if you're doing, summertime festival jewellery.
Yes.
Absolutely brilliant. Goes with everything.
Holidays.
So, must have there. And a gemstone that I've had from JewelleryMaker, which is, I don't know what it is, but I just want some more, but they're not selling them. They come out this colour, which is nude. And they are absolutely amazing to complement other gemstones. So you just have those mixed in with others. And they are like the best gemstone in the world.
Because it has to go with everything.
Yeah, it just does. And you think, oh my God, it's the best colour ever.
We've had a lovely message in from Michelle, I think that is.
All right.
Hi, Michelle. Hi, Becky, Suzie and team.
Yeah.
I haven't said hello to the team properly today.
Hello.
Team, I would like your weekend in a word, please. Weekend in a word. We're going to start off with Dan. Hi, Dan. Hi. Fun. Good. I've also got producer Tom. Hi, Tom. Weekend in a word. Go on, 2 words. You're allowed that. Louis Theroux. You didn't tell me you met Louis Theroux.
Oh, I know who he is.
You know Louis Theroux,
just
interviewer.
The
yeah. Does interviews, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
You went to a lake and he was at the lake. Your brother ran up to him and started chatting to him. Oh, I like that. I've also got Kerry with me. Kerry, your word? Orange. Orange. She was catching up on a TV show.
Oh,
you know,
I see.
the one.
Yeah.
I've also got Chris with me. Hi, Chris. Oh, he's on his break. He's not there. Anyway, sorry, I didn't actually finish off that text, Soz. Can you put it back on for me, Soz? No, it's all right. It says, Becky, my grandson would love it if you could say hello to him again. He's 7 years old and called Riley James, and you're his favour. Hi, Riley James. Thank you very much for watching today. I hope you're having a really lovely afternoon and a very good time on your summer holidays. And don't forget, if you're really, really well behaved, then I'm sure you'll get lots of treats. Yeah. I think that's fair enough to say, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe, for example, ice cream. Or, for example, candy floss. Maybe a hot chocolate. Yes. I know, yeah. I'm now being muted. Like, no, you're not having any of those things. Homework. It's too early to start on your own work in the summer holidays. Surprise homework. Anyway, thank you. Well done, one and all on that. It is low stock now, as I'm sure you can imagine, because there's so many fabulous colours. I'd love to get your input on this. How do you feel about golden obsidian?
I love golden obsidian.
I had a feeling you would.
Yeah, because it's got that sort of that lustre, hasn't it? It's got that golden colour coming out. That's why it's called golden obsidian. But it's sort of a take on black, but it has chatoyancy. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah. Beautiful.
It's so eye-catching, isn't it? I think it almost looks like sort of
gentle black, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's not a harsh black.
No.
It sounds silly because you think of black. Like black spinel is very strong. It's black as black
Super
as black.
stark, isn't it?
This is a gentle black.
It has got this wonderful muted gold that sparkles underneath the surface. It almost looks a little bit like a galactical effect, a star picture at night. I think when you see these kind of colours and you get to see that rotation of gold, it follows you. Some of the most impressive pieces of artwork on the planet have moments and times whereby the figure depicted in the picture looks at you and follows you. The Mona Lisa, I suppose, is the most famous. The Mona Lisa herself, of course, we always talk about her smile. The Mona Lisa smile, one of the most famous parts of any painting ever depicted. But actually with the Mona Lisa, one of the parts that took the longest were actually her eyes. You'll know if you've ever seen the Mona Lisa, like myself, in real life, that no matter where you stand in front of that photo, her eyes appear to follow you. Those eyes took a really long time, around about 12 years to paint the eyes alone, it said. 12 years to paint those eyes because they follow you. And as a viewer, you're connected to that because you almost feel like you're taken in. This gemstone does that. It almost follows you. As these rotate and revolve, it's hard not to see that almost silken gold translating internally within it. If you too want a little bit of magic, a little bit of oomph, a little bit of extra, then you can't go far wrong with your 14mm obsidians that give you that gorgeous golden hue. Today, not $12.95.
Wow.
That is such a good price. Wow. £7.95 for this magical looking gemstone which hauntingly follows you and shows you all of those silken golds underneath the surface. £7.95. One of those has got enough impact to be used.
Absolutely. Good for men as well, isn't it?
Great point.
You only need one.
Yeah.
Just one there.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Good enough for Jon Snow, isn't it? Don't forget. Did you watch Game of Chairs, as I like to call it? Don't know why.
I didn't.
No, you didn't.
My kids were obsessed with it.
Yeah?
And they kept saying, Mum, you've got to watch it. I'm like, yeah, okay.
I mean, there's a lot to watch. Yeah. So if you're joining the party a bit late, it's a big commitment. It is very good. But yeah, Game of Chairs, I won't give anything away. No. But basically, this is the gemstone of Game of Chairs. This is the gemstone that essentially most of them survive due to obsidian. It is the most important sort of story plot line, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I know, none of you have watched it at all. You did though, didn't you, Tom? I got to episode 4, season 1.
I saw the very last episode with my daughter.
Suzie! Suzie!
My daughter was so thought she has to see it, and I was around there. She said, "I've got to watch this." So I've watched it, and I'm thinking, okay, and like she was gutted.
But you've watched literally the last episode.
Yeah, the very last.
Well, I mean,
like,
it's
over my head.
Oh yeah, of course. It's not an easy
Couldn't see
story.
why she was getting really upset and go, what?
I don't understand. Suzie, this is going to raise a smile.
Ooh.
You did that weird voice I did before.
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah.
Oh, look at these.
Look at those, the metallic lustre on those. Yeah, you can see it. Sometimes, look at that, it's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous.
So tell me why you think this strand is so special. As someone who obviously loves pearls, works with pearls and sells pearls.
Yeah. One, you could never buy them on the high street. I don't know where you would have to go to buy a necklace like this, except for the most high-end jewellers. The lustre on these is absolutely phenomenal. They're called, I'm sure they've got to be the metallic. Yeah, they are. Because they have a rainbow effect. It's like you've poured petrol over the top of them. And they've got this colour.
Remember, it's natural,
and
which is magic, isn't it?
The size, secondly, anybody that knows anything about pearls on rounds knows anything up to about 6 mil, 4 to 6 mil. I do graduated strands, start with 4 mil, and I might put, you're very lucky, put an 8 mil in there. Oof.
Yeah, just one in the middle.
One in the middle. Yeah. You know, you've got it. These are what? 12 mil, 10 mil, 12 mil,
15 mil in
yeah.
areas. So that's a centimetre and a half.
Yeah, that is huge. With any pearl, you will be paying a fortune just for the one, let alone a strand. And these have got the most amazing colour. I love it.
It's incredible, isn't it?
It goes with everything. That'll go with my outfit.
Can I? Yeah, it would. I just want to remind you of something. Because I think we bring such exceptional prices on pearls here that we can almost become slightly nonchalant.
Yeah.
Let me remind you of something. 8 mil, as soon as in the trade you get to 8 mil, as a general rule, your price goes up by 10% every ½ millimetre.
Yeah.
So if we buy a strand of 8 mil perfect rounds, we will pay X amount. If we then buy, even from the exact same strand, same sort of size, same shape, but an 8.5, ½ mil difference, we will pay 10% extra. So bear that in mind, because from 8 mil, I've gone 8 mil to 8.5, to 9 mil to 9.5, to 10 mil to 10.5, to 12 mil to 12.5. Do you know what I mean? We're going up and up and up, and yet they're $64.95 today. That's only because you're watching live, remember?
Yeah.
Only because you're watching live, and we like to give you a live on-air deal. That's why you watch our show live, isn't it? So that you can get these treats. Why are these ones for you?
Right, because I buy pearls sometimes directly from China.
Yes, yeah.
And you do get a markdown, but you have to buy in bulk. So I have to buy like 20 strands at a time.
Yeah.
But then, on top of that, I have to pay import tax, and I've got to use exchange rate, because everybody deals in dollars. Now, the dollar rate at the moment, because I'm not buying, because the dollar is almost £1 to
a dollar.
Yeah. And then, on top of that, you've got to pay import tax. So, actually, it works out more expensive per strand.
To get them from China?
Then I'd be buying 20 strands.
Yeah. So it would work
thinking
out.
I'm making a saving, but in fact I'm not.
And not only is saving from buying it here, I've only got one left, but am I right in saying you'd be able to get it quicker from us?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
absolutely, absolutely.
So there you are. Treat yourself whilst you can. It is a goner. But well done if you managed to get that. That is a stunner. How about we appease you by bringing one of your birthstones?
Thank you.
What do you think of that?
Beautiful. See, Tanzanite, you see, you're bringing all my gemstones tonight.
Yeah, well, you know.
Love them.
Because you're ace. We are bringing to you some serious sparkle on this strand as well, aren't we?
Yeah, faceted, aren't they? Wheels. And the middle ones are huge.
What we've got here is a really lustrous strand and a really strong colour.
Yeah,
I brought to you perfect rounds earlier on, and I think that was, a pretty special. If you, though, are someone who likes your tanzanite because you want that sparkle, these are totally the ones for you. And remember, this is a really special gemstone anyway. It's a one locational gemstone, but I always think it's really interesting that this was found completely randomly. It was found essentially by luck, happenings and circumstance. It was very, very sort of unusual for us to be able to bring this to you in the first instance. When the first ones were found, remember they were found by a tailor by trade. When they were first found, you can't just go, yeah, found a new gemstone, woohoo, tell the papers. It has to all be confirmed. So they had to send off the pieces to the Smithsonian. The pieces that were sent off to the Smithsonian, which got made into rings, the original pieces, genuinely the colour was this colour. No shadow of a doubt there at all. The colour was this colour. This to me is not only the archetypal colour of your tanzanite, but your original colour, if that makes sense, of your tanzanite. It's strong, it's bold, it sparkles, it shines. I've got 65 carats worth for you today. And at that price point, already priced per carat, you're looking at something incredible. Is that sold out? Sold out this.
Well done though. Oh well.
It's sold out.
Fantastic.
Everybody pays that final closing. That has sold out. But you do just have to be quick on things like this tonight.
Yeah.
You've seen we've been doing low stock.
I mean, that was amazing.
Oh my gosh, is this Ethiopian? Oh my gosh! Oh no, another last of stock. Okay, I like emerald anyway.
Yeah, that's a beautiful green.
Ethiopian.
Beautiful.
So we think of emerald and we think of Brazil, we think of Zambian, we think of Colombian. This is one of the newest discoveries. Okay, I swear this was it 2016?
Wow, yeah.
Dead recent, really, really, really recent. And it even had the likes of the Gem Society saying, all right, which is better, Ethiopian emerald or Colombian emerald?
Yeah, okay.
Because actually, it's hard to see.
Wow.
The colour of this, the quality of this is scintillating. Now, this is not filled. I'll show it just against my skin as well, because I want you to be able to see just look how good that inner quality of colour is. This has literally only been oiled, which is something you can do at home. In fact, I suggest you do with your emeralds. Basically, get a bit of body oil, clear body oil, good for young people, like babies, and oil them, essentially. Warm it up a little bit, dunk in your emerald, happy days.
Yeah.
We are bringing to you a serious strength of colour right here. I'm just holding this really high up. Size of this overall, that's incredible. I was looking at the gem guide. Oh, I've got 2 left now. I was looking at the gem guide the other day, and what was it? It is at the top of my head. They were saying that basically Ethiopian emerald is very difficult to find now. The largest piece they've found once cut is around about 3 carats, and they were saying for that 3 carats, that was it. For that 3 carat piece, you're looking at sell-off price £5,000. For that one piece, but that's not inside jewellery, and that's you know, not formed for anything else. So that's a kind of gem guide saying that. I'm obviously not bringing you a 3 carat piece, but I'm also not going to charge you £5,000. Your price point for the final 2 now, and can I just remind you, if you're not entirely sure what to do with that price point on your screen, is insatiable.
Yeah.
For all of you collectors,
it's going down.
It's £39.95. This really is one of those times for all the collectors, isn't it? If you've got your yellow diopside or any of the other unusual gems, now is your time to react. And one thing I will just say to you is, I get it. If you're looking at this and you're going, Bex, I love it, I want to own something different, because just look at the cut on this. Can you see all the way down to that kilo, how even that is? You might be looking at this and going, wow, that's so good, I want to be able to own it. But Bex, I've just not got the skill, you know, to set it. Take it to an independent jeweller, because this is calibrated sizes. They might have a shank that they can fit this into you in literally under half an hour. Even you can go and sketch out a design with them if you want to give this to a real special person in your life, maybe for Christmas. Go to your independent jeweller, say, you know, oh, I'd like this as a design. They'll sketch it out for you, or you can yourself. Take the gemstone, and it literally cuts your prices dramatically. Okay, oh, I've either got 1 left or none left, I can't tell. It's either 1 left or none left. I can't quite tell.
That set in gold. I'd get that set in gold.
Why not? Great point.
It's definitely an heirloom piece.
It's gorgeous, that, isn't it?
Beautiful.
It's just spot on. 1 left. Well done. 1 left only. Zircon. Oh my gosh, this is such a nice strand. Are you a bit of a magpie, Susie?
Oh yeah, with gemstones I am. Yes, lovely. Beautiful.
It's diamond-like.
It is. It really is.
That is incredible. Do you want to see this in daylight? Yeah, there you go. Daylight simulator. Isn't that incredible?
It does look like diamonds, doesn't it? It looks like a strand of diamonds there.
I always think this is so interesting because obviously zircon, first off, zircon shines more than diamond, but second off, it's rarer than diamond. So I think it's one of those gemstones that anyone can get on board with, particularly actually when it's in this colour, because there is nothing that this won't go with.
No, it's absolutely beautiful. I mean, you could have it single-stranded bracelet on its own. You wouldn't have to do anything with it.
No. To be able to bring you a microfaceted zircon is always going to be special because remember it splits the light so beautifully. And what is really interesting is in actual, even here in the studio as I'm twisting this, I can actually see a fire coming from it in this sort of central section, and that is just here, you know, in the studio. So when you get this home, when you see it in real life, you're going to see that that beautiful effect is just really long-lasting quality. What we're bringing to you here is 10 carats worth of your beautiful zircon, the most ancient treasure that you can get your hands on. And today, for something that's around about 4.4 billion years old, let's just get our head around that for a minute. 4.4 billion years old. At a should-be price of under £14. Makes no sense. Especially as the first microfaceted gemstone I brought you.
It's really good, isn't it?
Right. The first microfaceted strand I saw, I didn't bring it to you. I was sat I was watching like some old shows from it, and the first microfaceted strand I saw at JewelleryMaker was $32.95. It was an amethyst. And that was the lowest price we could do at that time for microfaceting. Now, the first microfaceted strand I ever brought you was $19.95, and it was a clear quartz. And that was the lowest price you could get at the time. I have brought to you microfaceted zircons just shy of £40 in the past, and I've had a smile on my face whilst doing it. There are multi-buyers in on this. I think it is so expensive looking.
Absolutely. It'll go with everything, won't it?
Yes.
Absolutely. Just, if you love bling fantastic jewellery, this is going to be it. This would be one for me.
This is the one.
Yeah.
And let me remind you as well, this is not cubic zirconia. I think that's so important to remind you because if you go onto a well-known stores and you type in zircon, sometimes what they'll say is they'll go ping. Did you mean cubic zirconia? You know, when it does that, and you're like, no, I didn't. I meant zircon. It's not something that everyone has availability. Cubic zirconia is named after zircon. That's where it got its name from. It's not cubic diamondio because cubic zirconia wanted to mimic the way that zircon split light, not diamond, because zircon does it better. It's a rarity, it's a scarcity, it's microfaceted. It is going to work every single way you can hope, especially with that incredible natural sparkle. And remember, this is entirely natural as well. It looks like perfect, almost sort of brilliant cut diamonds.
Yeah, it does.
Channel set with wire.
Beautiful.
That's the one for me. That's the way I'd be using it. I'd be channel setting with sterling silver wire, and I'd be creating maybe like a channel set ring design, or even just like a nice stripping earrings.
Yeah.
A little bit like the ones you're wearing above your pearl.
Yeah.
With that sparkle.
It's just so much you can do with that.
Yes, I'm just trying to find it. Where have you gone? Oh, you've fallen. You've fallen. This is coming up in the next sort of 5-10 minutes, and this again is for all of you connoisseur and collectors.
Tourmaline, pink tourmaline. How
Yeah, I
pretty.
think it works beautifully.
It does. How beautiful is that?
Because that's the thing, it will go with absolutely everything.
Stunning piece of jewellery.
I love that you can see exactly how this is formed. Look, this one's got a twin. Sometimes referred to that as twinning structure. Or twinning crystals.
Oh, I see, yeah.
See?
Yeah.
So they've just
Two
formed.
joined together, yeah.
Yeah, they've literally just formed next to each other. Anyway, that's coming up for you really very, very soon. Well done. How's about a bit of autumn jasper? Don't mind if I do. Oh, this is a lovely set of colours.
Oh, how pretty. It's like the ocean.
Yeah.
It's like earth from above.
Yes, it is a bit. Have a look. Autumn jasper, but with a little bit of summer vibe, I think. That kind of colour.
Yeah,
Makes
really
me think
good.
of holidays.
Yeah, it does. You could mix that with anything as well. It's another one. Great with seed beads, but you can mix anything with it because it's got its own colour palette. I mean, look at my pink nail polish if you want.
Oh, it works perfectly.
Yeah, go with anything. Yellow, beautiful.
Goes really nicely, doesn't it? So these ones are your autumn jasper in your puffy ovals. That shape really goes to show off those sort of waves as well, doesn't it? It looks lovely. 330 carats worth here today of your autumn jasper, and we're giving you around about a 2.5 centimetre drop on each one. So a bit of a statement, really. A little bit of a stir being caused with all of those colours. Which, by the way, if you do like that kind of wave-like patternation, then you're going to love Susie's next kit coming up soon. But for right here, right now, you've got 330 carats worth of this autumn jasper at a roll-down deal, taking you to just £12.95. And I've got 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 approximately on my strand. So you'll have a similar amount, £12.95, making them 86p each. So even if you just put one of these on a head pin and put that onto a chain and say, you know, this is a bit silly, but say you sold it on for a £5. I mean, you're undercutting yourself there a bit, but you're making masses of profit actually, even if you just sell 3 of them. So it's a really good strand to get your hands on.
Big enough if you're into wire work and you want to do your wire weaving around it. They're big enough, and you've got so many of them. You know, you imagine doing that with your sort of bronze wire.
Oh, lovely.
Beautiful.
Good size drill on there as well, actually.
Please. And if you're a beginner and you want to have a go with wire work, put it through the bead hole so you know it's going to go nowhere, and then experiment.
Yeah. Because sometimes if you're going to set like a cabochon, it's scary.
It is scary because you think, oh, it's going to fall off. I mean, my tip is you can always use a bit of glue.
Yeah, I love that.
Make a lovely swirly pattern with wire.
Yeah,
glue it on the
glue
back.
it on.
Yeah. So there's ways around every cabochon, but this is a good, sure, safe way because you can use the hole as a guideline and then do your pattern.
Yes. So you know that it's going to be working absolutely bob on. There you are, my love, £12.95 for you. And don't forget, if these colours are your idea of a good time, I've done some sort of today. Don't you think?
Yeah, that one there, brilliant with it.
Ta-da!
Yeah.
I don't even know if these are still available, actually.
They're good.
A few left. Did these in a mega bundle. You didn't get 100, oh way up, or 200. You got 1,000, and that's just some of them. The others are over there. But yeah, if you did fancy it, they are currently sat in at the bottom of your screen. Discount deal live on air. $34.95, and we brought you loads of different ones, so do feel free, double drills, to bring it, and we brought you the infinities as well. So yeah, well worth keeping your peepers peeled for. $12.95, well done. Right, can you believe it's that time already to bring to you a really wonderful looking gemstone, I think anyway. I like a gemstone whereby you can see its story, you know. I like a gemstone that you can see its formation. That's exactly what this strand is going to do. What I'm about to bring to you is one of the best loved and most diverse kind of family names of gemstones, and I'm going to bring it to you in a way that you can literally see Mother Nature's growth process with this. So if you like something a bit different, something very much from Mother Nature, I have a feeling you're going to like this Star By. This as a gemstone is absolutely beautiful, and it is unique. So tourmaline is one of the best known gemstones. It's kind of like a gemstone name, if you will, and you get loads of different names within that name. For example, you get Dravite, you get Schlor, you get Rubellite, for example. These are all names within this family. What I'm about to bring to you is the sort of starting process of that family, specimen form, if you will. This is it in the raw material, before we get the raw material and then sort of pull it into whatever shape or size we want to. This is as Mother Nature intended. And do you know what I really like about having this as Mother Nature intended? You can actually see the dichroic qualities within this, which is very unusual to be able to see before it's, post-faceting. I'll see if I can show you actually. So what we're meaning here is dichroic, that the tone and the colour and the intensity almost changes at each angle. Do you see how it goes almost more purpley?
Yeah.
See that? At different angles. It's not quite purple, but it does. It shows change. More purpley tones. That's because this is a very dichroic gemstone anyway, but also it's because it's in its natural form. So we haven't played with the angles as much. This is just as Mother Nature intended. And this is in fact how it forms. I like that you get to see it in this way because you get to see that colour intensity that almost fades and changes and varies throughout the actual stone. Again, that's something that we tend to not show in faceted strands because it's something that we maybe shy away from. This is how it forms. Thanks, Suzie. This is how it forms in really, this is the kind of shape it forms in really long specimens, but obviously this has been left for centuries upon centuries. These are your smaller, finer moments of it, but this is the kind of shape that you see it forming in, and as you can see, that structure is literally dead set insert for these, which we are going to make into gemstone form. So your graphics are now live. You've got this wonderfully genteel and delicate colour coming through on your tourmaline, and you can see it's that wonderful, almost Morganite-esque pink colour. We are bringing to you something for all of you gemstone lovers who, first off, only want genuine and natural gemstones because you've got it here, but second off, those of you who like the story, who like to be able to see how it forms. Even if you're someone who just likes to have this as a gemstone next to maybe a piece of jewellery that has been faceted, whereby you can say, look how this began life. It's quite an incredible strand.
Beautiful.
You were saying as that Sting was playing that this is your kind of colour palette.
It is. Anybody that knows me knows I love pink. So.
It's
Beautiful.
definitely one of those strands for those of you who do adore the pink shade, but also those of you who just like the kind of natural nude florals. We are bringing to you 5 carats. Now I've got 5 on this strand, which means on average they're working out around about a carat each. Obviously slightly more, I'd say, on the centralised ones. But what you're getting here is a bit of a scarcity. Now, remember, this is pink tourmaline. We're not referring to this as rubellite because the floral colour is slightly stronger on this than we might expect. But let's remember that when we're talking about pink tourmalines, there are pink tourmalines which have been announced as being done and dusted. Obviously, one of the most fairest ones is the likes of your Cruzeiro tourmaline that was completely done and dusted, and pink Cruzeiro tourmaline, which was completely done and dusted probably about, 30 years ago now-ish. It's a rarity, it's a scarcity. Why? Because it's one of the most saleable colours of tourmaline. So, if you too like this strand, I would strongly encourage you to start dialing, because at just $24.95 to get solid approximately 1 carat pieces at that price is genuinely an incredible opportunity. These are sizable feature pieces, whether you want to create sort of Mother Nature jewellery or really contemporary jewellery.
Contemporary jewellery, absolutely.
This is definitely the strand for you. You're looking at around about £24.95, and that of course is for the 5 of them. And look, that's another great thing about this. It has a lovely inner glow. It does look like we faceted this, doesn't it, with that glow, but it's not. As you saw, it's Mother Nature. And it's the way that she forms in these cylinders, and the way that these are stacked almost like a deck of cards, and the light hits sort of inner section and it just pings along it, so it makes them appear step cut. They're not, they're faceted by Mother Nature, but you get that kind of look and appearance, yet you can say it's all entirely the real deal, natural. I would say if you do want to treat yourself to it, now is your chance. It is a beautiful strand with real intrigue to it. And if you like intrigue and unusual gemstones, let me remind you, the last of the yellow diopside is available. Exactly 7 left, I'm being told now. Exactly 7 of this left. It was $14.95, and as I was mentioning before, this is a gemstone that literally I was taught just a few years ago did not exist. And it's something that is so hot off the press. Even the likes of, you know, the big name brands haven't said they're working with this yet, because obviously, you know, if they may well be, they may well have them some themselves, but obviously to create their lines will take a long time. So it is still available if you wanted to grab it. If you love this pink tourmaline also and you want sort of your pinky peachy colours, voila! I did this before as well.
Beautiful.
The pink amethyst is still available. However, that's not all we've got. Oh no! I've got a kit that's got similar colours coming up. I can't wait to show you this kit. Susie's made so much jewellery yet again with it. I've just got to show you these strands.
The nice thing with the strands we're getting tonight is you can build up a beautiful, rare collection of gemstones very affordably.
Yeah.
Can you imagine saying to somebody, yes, I've got pink tourmaline, I've got yellow diopside. Yeah. We sell chrome diopside. All these stones are so rare. We're getting very spoilt with them.
Yeah.
And normally, you know, if somebody has a collection like that, they've spent thousands and you're sort of, oh, I'm not worthy of looking at them.
Yeah,
but
you're
you
right.
can afford to buy these gemstones, even if you don't want to do anything with them.
No.
And just have them and look at them.
As a conversation
Yeah,
point, or as a collection.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these ones are coming up. These two are available. That I did earlier on. This is what's on screen right now. I will just say to you, as always, do your research and have a little look at natural Nigerian tourmaline and the prices you can pay for 1 carat, because I'll tell you this for now, I have never seen a natural Nigerian tourmaline at £25 for 8 carat, let alone 5. So it's well worth, if you like it, treating yourself to it, of course.
Yeah.
That yellow diopside, as I said, there are 7 available, so do just want to forewarn you on that. It's been very, very popular because it's a brand new gemstone, basically. We have got so much more to come in our final hour. We have got the lovely Suzie and more of her makes coming up after the break. So get yourself a brew and join us back on the other side of this break.
Welcome to JewelleryMaker. We are part of the Immediate Media family. Immediate Media is a fast-growing multimedia platform company who operates some of the most loved brands across the UK. Our brands range from our other shopping TV channel, The Sewing Quarter, to our very successful magazines, such as Simply Knitting, Molly Makes, and The Radio Times. We work incredibly hard to inspire you and bring you lots of exciting ideas and projects. So whatever your creative needs, you know that our crafting family will be there for you. JewelleryMaker. Create, wear, share.
Join me, Hannah Osborne, this Wednesday for the launch of the Preciosa tea bead. We've got them in an amazing array of colours. We have the wonderful Kerry Slade with her fantastic book, Playful Perfections, which gives you a huge array of amazing designs. We've also got, back in stock, back by popular demand, the Preciosa ripple beads in fantastic peacock colours. And on top of all that, we have an amazing deal of the day, which is black jadeite stars. So tune in on Wednesday morning for the Preciosa tea bead launch.
Here at JewelleryMaker, we're always making improvements to give you a better shopping experience. We've recently upgraded our website to make it more user-friendly and easy to navigate around. We now have the guest checkout function, which allows customers to check out quickly without creating an account. Our homepage now informs you with what's currently live on the show, recently aired items, and today's deal of the day. We've improved our website navigation and added new categories to help customers quickly find the products they want. Our online range is growing fast with over 7,000 products available for you to purchase. And don't miss out on hundreds of brand new clearance lines with more added every week. Happy shopping with Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
The Beadsmith is pleased to present 3 new designs from the Beadsmith Inspiration Squad to add to your International Beading Week with Jewellery Maker. Canadian designer Carolyn Cave brings you a fully diagrammed tutorial to make her Roseanne pendant. Learn how to combine ginkgo beads, kite beads, and honeycombs into a pendant with matching straps. British designer Katie Dean has created sweet components in a fun variety of shaped 2-hole beads and seed beads in her Flower Duo cuff. Her illustrated tutorial shows you step by step how to make and join each component, and take a look at the clever butterfly toggle clasp. From Beadsmith's creative director Leslie Rogalski comes the Chevron Duo necklace. With her easy-to-follow step-by-step instructions and color illustrations, you'll see how well these beads play together. Happy beading from everyone at the Beadsmith.
Buying with Jewellery Maker online couldn't be easier. Just head over to our website, JewelleryMaker.com, and click on the register link. Simply fill in the required fields and you can shop 24/7. You'll also be privy to a faster checkout and personalised offers. Jewellery Maker, your one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs.
One of my favourite gemstones at the moment is Amazonite. I think it's this time of year.
Yeah, it's a lovely colour, isn't it?
It's perfect for this time of year, isn't it?
Very, it's a happy colour, isn't it? It's another, like yellow, but it's a lovely, happy, sort of cool vibe, you know, peace.
Yeah, it's kind of cloudless skies.
Yeah, no worries.
Like, no worries, cocktail in hand. Yeah. Feet in the ocean. Yeah. It's that kind of colour, isn't it?
No stress.
No. Chilled, zen, relaxed. Yeah. And what I'm about to bring to you, I have to say, is some of the best quality Amazonite I've seen in quite some time. Now, I am lucky enough to be able to say that I have brought to you the last of our Russian Amazonite, which obviously, you know, is done now, isn't it? It's you know, it's done, it's dusted. There is no more. And I'm lucky enough to be able to say that I have brought you numerous different strands and cabochons of, for example, Russian Amazonite over the years that I have enjoyed bringing to you, because I always talk about the strength of the colour, don't I? The strength that you get in it is epic, it's strong. As we know, Russian Amazonite, sorry, is done. It's a done deal. It's gone. Doesn't mean I don't still want strength of the colour. And that is exactly what you've got in this strand.
Beautiful.
The strength, the zeal, the zing in this, it's palpable.
Beautiful. It's very strong, isn't it?
Yeah. And
very
again,
intense.
I think that helps with the kind of positivity feel of it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Your Amazonite Delight is on screen right here, right now. JHXC64 is your code. If you just call the call centre now and ask for the kit on screen, they'll sort it for you. You don't have to remember that code. I am bringing to you an incredible quality strand right here. And I think it's easy for you to see that when I put this one in as well, we are looking at a more luxurious kit. I'm just going to be, as I always am, completely transparent with you. This strand alone is 25 quid and this one is £20. So already we need to know that we're up there in price point. But you can tell it's a luxury kit because I've got natural gemstones here and you've not got a meek and meagre amount, have you? There's plenty going on in it.
Beautiful as well.
So, I am bringing to you 108 carats worth of the coins, those are up to 15mm, 60 carats worth on the rondelles, and I'm looking at 7 before. I'm going to add to the situation. Now that to me is a colour palette.
I know, you can't go wrong, can you? You cannot go wrong.
It's kind of like you're taking the segment out of the colour wheel.
It's just summer.
Yeah.
Summer by the sea.
Takes you on a journey, doesn't it? I already think that looks very, very expensive. I already think it looks very classy. And again, let's remember, this is a £25 strand, this is a £20 strand. So actually, just here, just a reminder, you're looking at £35 worth at JewelleryMaker price. Please remember that. £35 worth there at JewelleryMaker price. But then I'm adding beautiful purple quartz. I'm also adding these golden coloured spaces, which are really luxurious. They've got that nice texture on the outside. That texture adds a little something extra, doesn't it?
It makes them pop.
Yeah. It makes them pop. It makes you have a little bit more...
Makes it look very high end.
Yes. And I like how you've used them within your pieces, because in some you've been quite sparse with them, but they really add a little extra zoom.
They do. They just make it pop.
So you've got all of those, and I'm bringing to you 30-ish in total. As well as that, I'm bringing 925. Yeah, you heard. 925 solid selling silver, rose gold trigger clasps.
Yeah. Really good size as well. They're the best size because you can actually do them. If you've got dexterity problems, it's easy to do up. And ideal if you've got bracelet clasps, because sometimes little ones, as cute as they look and lovely as they look, flipping difficult to put on.
Yeah, they spin around and try and get away from you, don't you?
Yeah.
You have
so
to
these are really good.
You know, be contortionist to undo them. These ones are lovely and sizable. That price on screen, by the way, is a should-be price. Let me also remind you, you are getting your threading pack here, your essentials. As I mentioned earlier on, for brand new buyers, this is the type of kit you're looking for, where it's got findings, it's got threads. Because remember, if you make your first order today, if you've never ordered, never even done shopping TV ever before, give us a go today, because we are going to have a demonstration with this that you're going to be able to get involved with. 0800 644 655, you get a free 2 strands and free DVD. I'm letting you know that because the price drop we're about to do is incredible. This kit has made all of the jewellery you're looking at now, and it's just £37.83p. This is every single pound and penny we can possibly take off this, and that should be very clear. Seeing says this strand is the coin, sorry, at £24.95, 25 quid, and this strand is £20. So actually, we're looking here at 25, 35, £45 worth just in those 2 strands, aren't we? So that already, just on those 2 strands, is £7 something saving. But you're getting all the extras as well. Yeah. So it's well worth treating yourself to it because it really is epic quality. So if you do fancy it, it's free phone number or jewellerymaker.com. Don't forget, if you're modern, you can also tap the app, which you can download for free. Yeah, £0, 0 pennies. No pocket money required. Just a little bit of space on your mobile phone or tablet. So do feel free to get involved that way as well. Just make sure you're getting involved. And if you do fancy this one, seize the moment because that £67 price tag will come back up at 8 o'clock. Okay, Susie, I am with you and I'm ready to get crafting.
Yay.
So I love these designs, I love these makes, and you've used every little moment of it, which is always good.
And I've even used tassels because I just thought they gave it a bit of a boho feel about it. And as we're coming to summer and we've got all the festival seasons, this is absolutely ideal.
Perfect, isn't it?
This is the one I'm actually going to demonstrate, which is this one here. And I call it an upside down necklace because you'd think you'd start here and work your way down, but in fact you work backwards.
Oh, interesting, okay.
So interesting. So that's why I'm going to demonstrate that one. And you can see on this particular one, I've used the beading thread as a necklace, you know, as the necklace.
The sort of talk
so the beading thread's absolutely fantastic and very, you know, versatile. So that one is just bubble necklaces, so little head pins put onto a bit of chain. Really nice effect, great for earrings.
It's really pretty.
So if we get started with this one, we start with making the tassel, which is like this. And you obviously have the tassel that's already made. You hook it onto a jump ring, and then you just join those up with a bit of wire, and then just circle the ends.
And is that a 0.8, is it?
That's 0.6.
0.6, cool.
So it goes through. I won't show you how to do that bit, but I'll show you quickly how to, you just literally make a little loop, and then thread them on, thread that to that, get to the other end, do the same, put a little head pin, open jump ring in.
Et voila.
Et voila, you've got that, and that in itself, you can make a pair of earrings. And then to make the upside down necklace, and this is why it's upside down, because we're now starting backwards, and I just get a length, I've used what, 60, 70
About
centimetres?
70 centimetres, yeah,
you can
of beading thread.
Be generous, don't cut yourself short. There's nothing worse than you think, oh, I'm 1 centimetre
And you run out.
So I would, if I was making it, I'd probably use a metre, and then just, because you get so much beading thread, you'll never run out of it. So we thread it through like that, and already you can see you could use that as a necklace, and then we thread through the beading
Rondelle.
wire through a rondelle, the Amazon rondelle, and you can see that the holes are big enough.
Both, yeah.
So this is nice. Get them similar lengths, and then just feed it on. So that's your first one. And then it's almost like a ladder weave, so one on each side. And again, you must excuse me because I'm not with my glasses, so I'm trying to find the hole, but they're so big. So one on each side. You'll see I love using ladder weave stitches. If you watched the last demo I was on, the last show I was on, I did ladder weave again.
Why do you like it so much?
I just think it's fun. I love doing things that are just not ordinary, and I just love using 2 threads. It's very good if you're wanting to put a clasp on the end, because you don't have to worry with crimping tubes, and you know it's never going to fall off because the 2 threads on each side. So really, really good. So with this one, instead of putting it through both ways, you put it just with the ladder weave, one either side. And the great thing with beading thread, as you can see, it's quite firm. I don't know if you can see, sorry, my big hands are in the way. And because I haven't got my glasses, I can't see. Here you go. Went through. It does go through very easily. Again, I'm making
So
it
this
very
time you're
hard.
going through in, there's the bead opposite direction.
Opposite directions. Just come through. And we can see there. I get it. Can you see that happening? Just be the master. As I always say with my jewellery, don't ever be afraid. And then we're going to thread it through. I'll do it one more time because you're going to sort of feel very sorry for me, thinking you can't see those holes at all. And then through. Now you'll see that I'm not actually, they're graduated, and I'm not actually sort of using them as a graduated, because I think that's part of the fun of using these rondelles, that you know, some are bigger than others. So, and again, just thread it through. And you can see that pattern form. I'll do it one more time, which is where the hole, which we'll see. Sorry about this, folk. Oh, there it is. See, it's a really big hole. If I had my glasses, I could see it straight away.
Yeah, you were saying last time you had a bit of a glasses issue as well, didn't you?
Me and glasses. I've got like 2 pairs of glasses, and they're different lenses for close-up and not so close-up. Of course, I brought the wrong one, so I've got the
And
one
today, you just didn't bother.
I didn't bother. I thought, let's go for it.
Well, you're doing fabulously without.
Luckily, if we'd have been seed beading or doing what we did in the last show, I think you'd have had to take over. I'd have been showing you how to... Right. Sorry, everyone.
I don't be silly, it's fine.
There. That goes through. See, even without glasses, this is how easy it is with beading thread to thread on. And you can see that the holes are a generous size hole. So when you get to this stage, and again, just adjust. And why I use beading thread? Because I just like the colour of it. And I like the fact that you could see it. So I wanted it to be part of the pattern. So you sort of get to this sort of stage. Make yours a bit neater than mine, and then you start the pattern upwards. So we then put a gold bead each side, and then we just work each side. So put one on that side, one on that side. And then you just start the pattern, and I think I did this one, so I'll just show you because you can get the idea. I think I did that. And then you make the pattern up as you go along, you know. You don't have to do what I've done, but I just thought this went really well together. And then I did this one. and then this one. And you can see the pattern forming. I'll do this one and then I'll stop, because you do that to both sides.
Perfect.
And then, oops, yeah, you can see how that necklace starts to get formed, and that's why it's an upside down necklace. And then when you get to the very end here, because we're only now beading on, you just add your chain, which is one I've prepared earlier. So you don't have to, you can carry on using this all the way around, but because I like the gold beads and I wanted something to pick out in the gold beads, I've got some chain. This is actually JewelleryMaker chain that came on a reel, and I cut off a length of about, I think it was
15 centimetres.
about 15 centimetres,
Yeah.
you know,
10,
whatever
15.
length you want it. And then at one end, I put a jump ring. On the other end, I like to make my own findings. I'm one for, so if you've got wire, this is 8mm wire, or actually, no, it wasn't. This was a head pin. This is a head pin I used. So many ways of using findings. If you get finding pack, and I'm sure that we've sold them.
We did them some on today, didn't we?
On today, absolutely. Just don't look at your findings and think a head pin is only for that.
Yeah.
And you might have used the clasp and thinking, oh my goodness, I want another clasp, but I've only got one findings pack and it only had the one clasp in there. I just bent that round with round nose pliers, did the shape, and then whacked it with a hammer, and that's finding, and then just did a bigger jump ring on the other, and then you just literally join the ends. Et voila.
And that is how you complete.
And that is how you make that necklace.
That is such a beautiful design.
And so simple.
And I think you want to show, how easy that is actually to
Oh my
do, even for beginners, which is always great to see, isn't it?
Exactly.
Because it looks complex.
I know, and this is the thing. And also, this is where making things up as you go along, because you just work backwards. You always think, oh, I'll start at this end, but no.
Mix it up.
Yeah.
Suzie, thank you so
That's
much
okay.
for sharing that
That's
with
okay.
us and sharing all of that jewellery. Remember, all of these jewellery pieces, including the first and second kit in a way, will be put up on our Facebook page, so keep your peepers peeled. That kit, remember, was £66 something, reduced for you today, so seize the moment whilst you can, because these two strands alone were £44.90-ish. So well worth treating yourself if you fancy it, because the whole kit's less than those. Let's dive on in over here. We've not had any topaz today.
No, love topaz.
Do
Beautiful,
you?
yes.
What
I've
do you
got
like
some.
about topaz?
I love the colour of it, and again, I use topaz quite a lot for wedding jewellery because of the something blue, and it's just very pale, and it really goes. Aquamarine topaz, beautiful. And the thing with topaz is it's got such a high shine, hasn't it? And a glow. It's beautiful. It's very, very sparkly.
We were talking earlier on about amethyst and how amethyst is one that people ask for because they know it. Do you think topaz is one that people know too?
Yeah, it is, especially Swiss blue topaz, London blue topaz.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of people have it, and aquamarine.
Yeah.
They're very similar in colour, but the topaz just has that extra sparkle.
Yeah,
so if
it
you
does.
love aquamarine, but you want a bit more zing,
Zing, good word. Bit more zing.
then this is the one for you.
In a zing, is it your thing? If so, please give us a ring.
Oh, you're very good.
655. That was good, that wasn't it?
Wow.
1995 for you today. It is 68 carats worth on the full strand, and it's just £19.95. So it's much more affordable than, say, an aquamarine of this size and quality would be, obviously, because it's more readily available than aquamarine. But if you like the look of aquamarine but you don't have to pay the prices, then is the time for you to grab it.
But every bit is beautiful, isn't it?
I agree, completely and absolutely. It's absolutely divine, it really is. So sparkly. 68 carats worth for you. If you do want to grab it. Oh, sorry about that, it's a bite. I've been bitten by a little nibbler, a little gnat or something. I don't know what it is, but it's very itchy. I do apologise. Anyway, well done, people in on this one. If you like your subdued colours, may I interest you?
Very pretty.
in the pink tourmaline. Or even, I'm not afraid of those together.
Very nice.
I've got loads of treats in front of me. I've got Amazonite. I've got... Oh, yes, I really like this gemstone. So different. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not for everyone. That's why I like genuine gemstones, because not everything is for everyone. We all have our own different style. But I have to say, I love this.
I've seen this before. It's beautiful, isn't it?
I think it's so interesting, the look of it. So calligraphy, when we think about, you know, calligraphy, we're obviously thinking about something which has real nice sort of textures and swathes and swirls to it. When we bring to you this variety of jasper, you are getting these swirls and sways that look like flicking sort of ink lines, if you will. This, for all intents and purposes, is a fossil in many ways. And what I really appreciate about this is it's so individual to any other jasper. I mean, don't get me wrong, jasper knows no bounds, does it? Jasper really is, I don't know, it's kind of the... How to describe it? If Jasper were a family in a school, they'd be the ones where, like, you know, the oldest one's like the head of sixth form, and then like the second one in age is dead good at art, and then the third one in age is like the drama kid, and then the fourth one in age is like the mathematician. Do you know what I mean? Like, Jasper can do it all. This, to me, though, is the most striking, or one of the most striking, because it almost looks like an animal print.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Look at that. Oh, it's divine. So if you want to treat yourself to it now is your time. Your Mariam Jasper in the graduated rondelles. You're looking at an 8x4 to a 12x5. It is entirely natural. We haven't reconstituted this or, I don't know, dipped it in emulsion. It's £8.95 today. You're getting these kind of trapped in time, you know, age lines on a tree, if you will. You're getting that natural quality and colour. What colours would you pair this with? Because I can tell you like your colours.
Yeah.
What kind of colours would you go for, Suzie?
I would put that with a dark purple. I'd actually put that with garnet as well, because with that, the brown, you've got a slight purple hue to it, and you could really sort of make that pop.
Yeah.
I think garnet would be quite interesting. But then you could put it with, you know the one we had earlier, the ovals?
Yes.
Those ones. So you've got the blues with the browns, because the blue ones had a bit of the browny colours in them.
Autumn jasper, yes.
Autumn jasper is lovely, yeah.
That's a lovely idea.
Yeah.
Adds a little...
And it's the shapes as well would go with it.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of those kind of colours...
Yeah, there you go, yeah.
Deal of the day, deal of the day, it is about to come your way. It's coming up. Gosh, I went a bit mighty boosh then.
Today.
I went a bit mighty boosh then, actually. Not my usual standard. But that is coming up for you in about 8 minutes and 32 seconds.
Beautiful.
Amazonite nuggets. Hang on.
Oh,
which one
wow.
was it? Oh, right now. These are the right ones. This is one to cause a stir, right,
Yeah,
Suzie?
it's huge. Lovely.
What do you like about it?
I like the shape and I like the size.
Shape's fab, isn't
Very
it?
contemporary jewellery you could make with that, and you could make like a station necklace with seed beads, because they're quite weighty. So if you imagine mixing it with the seed beads, it gives it a bit of lightness.
Yeah.
But you could make a lovely, what I call satellite, or the other word is like a tin cup, where you have them spaced out.
Is it like sort of a floating design? I know what you mean, yes.
So you've just got those, or, I mean, excellent for earrings.
We are bringing to you 510 carats worth in total. They are almost quite geometric, they're very on trend, they're very current, I would say.
Very.
We're bringing to you 510 carats worth of your natural Chinese Amazonite, and we are bringing it to you today with the spaces in between, mind, which you could always use.
Yeah, you definitely
for a should-be price of $21.95. I like it, but I'm about to make it Tony the Tiger great £14.95 only for you today. At £14.95, let us just remind ourselves of a few things. Numero uno, this is a completely natural, genuine gemstone. Numero dos, this is going to last you and last you and last you. And also, let us not forget as well that what we're dealing with here is a genuine gemstone which you can work with, you can gift, you can wear yourself, you can sell on. There's many different options we've got here. And also, if we get into it, remember, you know, £14.95, it's not going to get you far on like a tank of petrol.
That is a fantastic price for Amazonite. Goes with the snakeskin jasper.
This is coming up for you in a few.
Yeah. See? Lovely. See?
Maybe, would you space them out with
space
it?
them out, individual ones. Or, I tell you, when I said earlier with the nude, those seed beads, those 11O seed beads.
In that mega bundle.
Yeah. And the nude just goes with everything. That would really make this very grown up.
Yes, I like that idea. Bit of grown up.
Yeah.
Nude with the Amazonite colour. £14.95 for you. And plenty of you in and treating yourself to this one. It is the sizeability. Also, I will just show you the drill holes because let's face it.
Yeah.
It's important to know, isn't it? Yeah.
So great with macrame.
Well done. Garnet. Oh, well, you mentioned garnet earlier on. I'm about to bring some seriously intense garnet.
Lovely.
Have a little feel of that.
Yeah. They're lovely, aren't they? They've got like
It feels incredible, I think.
It feels lovely.
It's very weighty, isn't it?
It is, and you've got this sort of like a sheen to it, haven't you? I've got some of this.
That is natural, you know.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
But it has this really incredible sort of lustrous effect to it. In fact, you can see how lustrous this is, and let me remind you that this is not...
nice and heavy, isn't it?
Yeah, isn't it? This is not coated.
No.
But it is... We have polished this back to the finest gradient essentially we possibly can, and that is why I am looking at this. I am obviously, you know, an arm's length away, and I can literally still see myself in these. I can see myself reflected in these perfectly. That's why when you are, you know, looking at these as you are now, you can see the desk line, you can see sort of in the distance there the lights. It's polished to such a high shine that it gives you that very expensive glossy look, and not all garnet has that, but this strand does. It's not only the fact that they're so beautifully glossy, it's the fact that they're so sizable. Centimetre we're looking at here. So if you wanted to get a few strands and do your sort of you know, kind of flower-inspired designs, then you could, even with chainmail actually. £14.95. This is a garnet and this is 400 carats. But we're not stopping there. I am doing low stock for you this evening.
Wow, goodness sake, couple of stretches. You imagine, like, I'm wearing stretchy bracelets like that. Beautiful. You'd charge more than that, wouldn't you, for one
just
of them?
one? Oh yeah, and you'd be able to get a couple out of this strand, wouldn't you? That's incredible. Even if you wanted to do, I was actually, I was at a wedding fair not that long ago, and there was loads of different stands, obviously, as you do see at wedding fairs, and they had, there was a stand that did stretchy bracelets, and you could pick different ones, and the base metal stretchy bracelets were loads of brass or copper, whatever they were, base metal spacers, and you got to pick a letter that was also on brass, and they were £30, and that was a start price. And then you could get ones with gemstones, etc. But we were talking stretchy bracelets just shy of £100 by the time all was said and done. So it goes to show people are prepared to pay for it.
And these are big, they're sizable.
Yeah, they are.
They're 10 mils, yeah?
They are, yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful.
So full centimetre sizes at £7.45. Remember, if you are checking out tonight and you want a bite of this seed bead cake, you can treat yourself. You might be in with a chance of winning this. Oh yeah. If you spend £50 or more, you could win this. But there's also loads of other stuff. There's like workshop of your choice, and there's like big bundle thing. But yeah, there's loads and loads and loads for you to get involved with. These do, of course, run out on Wednesday, so make the most of it whilst you can. Announcement takes place no, why have I just said Monday when you've just said Friday? Monday? No, it's on Friday. Friday morning show. Anyway, well done. Oh, it's time already. I'm about to bring you something that is so spectacular in quite a few senses of the word. It's probably one of the most famous gemstones on the planet. And why I'm about to bring it to you, for me, outside of cabochons, is it in some of the most dramatic pieces ever. It's your last chance. You've literally got a few hours to grab this, so hurry up, be quick if you fancy it, because it's right here, right now. A recap on your deal of the day. First things first, tactility wise, this is beautiful. It feels lovely against the skin.
Chunky.
Definitely. What I'm showing you right here is as Mother Nature would want. That's really interesting. You can actually see the drill line on this, the actual direction in which it's gone, which is lovely to be able to see. What I've got for you here is dramatic. I've got for you something quite drama-filled, and I will just let you know that this has been popular throughout the day, so I am kind of on my last legs of stock on this one right now. When I get to bring to you the deal of the day on the Late Show, obviously I'm bringing you something quite exciting. But when I'm bringing it to you, a gemstone that is so well known here at JewelleryMaker and that is so well loved in such big pieces, the likes of which we've never seen before, obviously it's going to be even more exciting. Offering to you today these big pieces of your chrysocolla with the quality and the beauty of Mother Nature's matte-like finish to really finish these off. I think this is a strand that is a bit of a head turner. It's quite striking, isn't it? Especially with the spaces in between. Do we know what they are? Yeah, they're a gemstone. They're not plastic. I can feel them, and they are very, very cool indeed. Yeah, maybe an onyx or an agate, but they're lovely anyway. What we have here for you is a big amount of juxtaposition in the almost raw version of the chrysocolla itself, and that juxtaposition between that beautiful material and the high shine sparkle of the spaces in between. I feel like that really brings it to life. I feel like that really brings you extra. So if you like something that is very holiday, very of this season, and very much a standout strand, you have your final bite at the orange, as they say. It's never orange, is it? What is it? Apple? Cherry? One or the other. No. We're bringing it to you now. So if you fancy it, this is your chance. Your beautiful deal of the day chrysocolla at a deal of the day price, just £39.95 only. We are seeing this, and we have seen this of late, varying in price, but for poor, well, not poor quality, what is known as low grade commercial quality, we've seen prices around about $7 per carat. Actually, therefore, the price you're getting for 175 carats on screen right now is a very good deal indeed. So do take this time, do seize this moment, do jump on top and grab the final ones. Can I also say to you, if unusual gems are your thing and you like this kind of colour palette whereby it's almost like sun meets earth, can I suggest the last of the yellow diopside? Because I love those colours together, doesn't it? This is a gemstone that you may well have never heard of, because essentially, for what we can see, we are one of the first people in the entire planet to properly bring this gemstone. Entirely natural, very, very limited. It was low stock earlier on. I had like 7 before, but I imagine some will have checked out by then. So yeah, if you want something a little bit different than these, I think that's a nice pairing. I like those kind of colours with the sunset here. $29.95. Nice work on today's deal of the day. Well done. $39.95 for you today. Okay, let's bring a little bit of sparkle now.
Oh, lovely. Very nice.
I had a feeling that one was gonna.
Yeah.
Sparkle, sparkle, little gem.
It's very evening-y, doesn't it? It looks it's something you
So
put in the evening.
Yeah. This is the one you pop on with your little black dress, maybe.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Your little black gem, if you will. We have got here a level of sparkle which makes it almost appear like black diamond, doesn't it?
Beautiful.
The interesting thing I always think with black spinel is it doesn't quite react like any other black gemstone. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, yeah, it does. Get a bit of onyx, dye it, looks the same. Doesn't, does it?
No.
Even black diamond, you know, even black diamond, it doesn't quite look. I know this is going to sound stupid, but forgive me for this. I will explain myself. Black diamond isn't as black as this gemstone.
Yeah, this is black.
It's 100% tone, isn't it?
So glittery.
Yeah. Really sparkly. And you might even think, well, jet is obviously jet black. Yeah, the darkness, the colour is the same, but you don't get the shine because it's an organic.
Yeah.
So this really is a standalone gemstone. What I personally like about this strand is that we've taken all of the positives of this, the fact that it is natural, the fact that it is completely 100% tone, and the fact that it sparkles and shines and polishes so well, and we've added these tiny, tiny facets so that you get total 100% juxtaposition between the body colour and the light interaction. It's pure white taking place on the purest of black. So it's elegant, it's effervescent.
Wow.
It's an absolute bargain. Because let me also, I've twisted that, but let me just show you. That's a long strand. Let me pop this around my neck. Yeah. Get me out of the way. But just to give you an idea, you can even see the shine and sparkle from where you are. You know, you can see that shining and sparkling instantly. Obviously, I've got, you know, sort of a brunette hair. Even then, sometimes as a brunette, if I put darker gems or, you know, darker, even wood, for example, hair bands in my hair, it kind of blends in a little bit. It's not like being blonde where everything kind of pops with your hair colour. Even that, with my brunette hair around it, it still stands out because it's so glitz.
Yeah. And I've got a lovely idea for that. You know the white zircon we had earlier?
Yes, the microfaceted.
You imagine making little loops like that, and say a couple of the zircon on this one, and then just making the whole thing, and then just interweaving them so that this one would be black with a couple of the white zircon, and then you do another one that goes in with the white zircon with a couple of black, and then the black.
Oh my gosh, almost like linking in a chain.
And then it would go to about here, that's all you'd need, and then just, how pretty is that? Yeah.
I'm sold on that.
Just different, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm sold on that. That is a very sort of Gucci, very...
Absolutely, and timeless, black and white.
Just works, doesn't it? Oh! Cambaba Jasper.
Oh, these are fun colours, aren't they?
Beautiful, aren't they?
Lovely shapes.
I love the textures that you get in Cambaba Jasper. It's almost like...
See the fossils.
Yeah, it's almost like... I don't know, there's a painting I'm thinking of. I can't think what it's called. No, you're right, though. Malachite, those kind of colours. Yeah, definitely. This is your beautiful Cambaba Jasper, and what we have here are these wonderful swathes of different colour, and yes, it is entirely natural, which I think makes it even more enticing.
Are you thinking of Starry Night?
Do you know what? I think I am. That was in my mind.
Yeah.
Because that's how the orbs of light in the sky. I think you're right. Yeah, I think I was. You've got a really lovely sort of arresting texture internally, which I think grabs you in. And it does look like a painting. For example, Starry Night. It does almost look a little bit like when you do in your watercolours. And you know when you do what is often referred to as wet on wet. So you wet the paper and then you wet your brush and your paint and you kind of drop them in, and they have this big sort of pooling, spanning effect. It almost looks like that. So it's like artistry, but it's not, it's natural. It's like Mother Nature's gotten her own paintbrush out.
I know, it's clever.
Add a little... whoosh, little...
Beautiful.
Dabble. Okay, so 100 carats. It's an unusual shape, isn't it?
Yeah.
Focal pieces. Let's say that all of these could be pendants. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 pendants approximately I've got here.
Yeah.
Be nice with your dress, actually. We're going to go under a tenner.
Wow. This is great for men's jewellery as well. You imagine.
Great point.
You're really good. We forget about men's jewellery, but you'd wear that, wouldn't you? Just one pendant like that. Excellent.
£9.95 for you. Do you know what? I was at the races. I live in Chester, and I'm sure a lot of you will know Chester is known for its racecourse. And I was at the races on Saturday with some of my friends, and I was put in charge of doing the last minute rush around shopping for people. And one of my best friends needed a set of cufflinks and needed a tie-pin. So I went to however many places and I found it really hard to find any. Anyway, ended up in quite a cheapo shop, quite well known on the high street, all base metals, everything else, and they had 2 to choose from, 2 sets. The tie-pin was literally, as you can imagine, just a plain, almost like a large paper clip, genuinely nothing exciting. It was base metal, everything else. It was a tenner.
Wow.
And that was it. And it's not a posh shop at all. It's not even a jewellery shop. It's like a clothes shop.
Yeah.
It was a tenner by itself.
Wow.
Just a tie-pin. And there was no texture on it, nothing. But he needed one, so I was probably like giving him the money, like. But, you know, the fact that I could make, because I think that's nice for a tie-pin shape. A genuine gemstone tie-pin. And actually it's cost you, even with wire, it would probably even then cost you less than £3 to make. It's kind of incredible what we do, isn't it?
Amazing. I mean, you could put wire in that and just do a very sort of jagged wrap on it, deliberately jagged.
Yeah.
To make
bit angular.
Yeah, exactly. To make it sort of quite masculine, but it can be feminine as well. Of
course.
And the black spinel, if you just did a simple necklace, say, right, I'm a beginner, I don't know how to make jewellery, I just take these 2, you space them in. What a high-end necklace you've got there.
Doesn't matter. It's just going to look lovely.
Yeah, there's no effort.
No. And, yeah, it gives you a really lovely effect.
Yeah.
Well done to you all. I've got to move on. I've got loads of treats in front of me. Oh. Oh, wow. These are ginormous.
Wow.
That's a big piece of turquoise, isn't it?
Ooh.
Slippery too. Wow, these are huge. Okay. So, when we talk about Tibetan turquoise, I personally would say we're talking about one of the lesser spoken about locations. When I think of turquoise, I think of the likes of Arizona, I think of the likes of New Mexico, etc. Tibet is one of the less known, and one of the reasons is because it is hard work to get out of the ground. So this comes from a mountainous area of which further along the actual mine from this, the peaks can be so much above sea level that now and again you'll actually get snow sort of on the tops of these mountainous regions. And what happens is these filtrate through over decades and decades. So it filtrates through and it picks up elements along the way, including things like copper, for example, and then it forms sort of within the skyline, if you will, if that makes sense, because they're so high up. It's really difficult because of the altitude of it, and it is something which is quite, you know, difficult in instances, not just to get it absolutely and completely naturally, but also to get it, and these ones are stabilised because the colour is steadfast, but also to get it at a brilliant quality whereby you're getting size and function, because obviously the stabilisation doesn't mean it's like been reconstituted, just means we've essentially made sure that that colour lasts. So I've got 140 carats worth for you here. This is your Tibetan turquoise, and I just want to show you too, because I've got this as a star buy coming up because of the size of it.
That's pretty.
It's cool, isn't it? It's cool, isn't it? It's going to work perfectly,
Yeah, it is.
isn't it? So we are bringing to you right here, right now, 140 carats worth of your Tibetan turquoise. Oh, do apologise. £12.95 for you today of these beautiful, sizable Tibetan turquoise pieces in the assorted shapes. As I say, stabilised for colour, but not for overall look. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Because as we say, turquoise loses its colour. It loses its colour over time. It's a little bit like how some people's hair will go grey over time. A little bit like that. Turquoise will do the same over time. So if you do feel like grabbing it, then now is your chance to do so. And also, if those are your colours, you might like that Coca-Cola deal of the day. Also, you're probably not opposed to the second kit.
Oh, that'd be beautiful. Wouldn't that be perfect? Absolutely, yeah. Match made in heaven.
A little bit of the spring.
Yes, love that.
So that is still available. Let me bring lapis lazuli now. How do you feel about lapis lazuli, Suzie?
Lovely
Grab it.
stone. Very
Yeah.
blue. Very, very pretty. And again, it's one of these stones that everybody knows, they've heard of it. And it's an expensive stone. People think, oh yes, lapis lazuli.
Pricey.
You know, made famous by the Egyptians and Cleopatra, but beautiful colour blue.
Definitely. And used all the way throughout history. Yeah. In fact, it's one of the first gems that they had synthetics of. Synthetics of this gemstone came to the UK in Victorian times, sort of at the start of the Victorian era. They were bringing synthetics essentially of lapis lazuli, not for jewellery, interestingly enough. They were using it because the blue colour, they could use it alongside washing agents and it would make the whites whiter, essentially. But that's when synthetics of it came in, because before that they were using actual lapis lazuli ground down and it cost a fortune, arm and leg. We are bringing to you history trapped inside a gemstone. The gemstone that it's believed Marco Polo fell in love with. The gemstone, oh my days, this is natural one. I mean, to be totally honest, I should have really clicked onto that sooner, because look, you've got almost the sewed-like fashions within here. Wow. Wow, okay, this is special. You know, Le Bouchon are working with lapis lazuli at the moment, and they're working with it with, is it 18 karat gold? They're working it in with 18 karat gold, and their prices are varying dramatically, but we're talking 2-3 grand upwards for like a simple bracelet. And I don't even know if that's natural, you know. Presume so, but I can't tell.
It's a very stunning stone to work with in jewellery, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you've got the bits of pyrite as well that come through, so you've got the gold flashes as well. Beautiful.
The little twinklets.
Like just pings every now and again. It's beautiful.
£6.95 for you.
Yeah. Silly price, isn't it?
It truly is, but remember, that is what we are known for here at JewelleryMaker. We do these silly prices. That is entirely natural lapis lazuli. And remember that we are a shopping TV channel. I don't know if you've noticed that already. I don't know if you've noticed. Yeah. But no, it's worth a mention, because you can buy lapis lazuli online. You can buy lapis lazuli on the high street. Yeah. You can buy lapis lazuli, you know, maybe at market stalls, etc. Because you're watching us live on telly or on the repeat, maybe. We are a TV channel. We are scrutinised to within an inch of our lives. As you may or may not know, shopping TV has so many more rules to follow, so many more restrictions than, for example, the high street. So we are, you know, we have to make sure that all of our gemstones are conflict free. All of our gemstones, if we say they're natural, then they are natural. We have to be able to prove all these things at every single note and every single mark, which takes time, effort and energy. But we know how much you appreciate that, and that's why you keep coming back to us. And you keep coming back to us so we're able to buy in bigger quantities. Because we're able to buy in bigger quantities, we're able to get better prices. Lapis lazuli, 6 years ago, would I have been able to bring you 4 mil at £6.95? Factually, no. And I know that for sure. So it's well worth treating yourself to it if you love it as much as we do, because it's so unique and different. And actually, as I'm talking about sort of 4 or 5 years ago, don't get me wrong, there are some gemstones now I won't be able to bring to you as low as I did 5 years ago. It's just the way of the world, sadly. And there are some like that we're able to bring at better prices. Then, though, there are some gemstones that I can bring you now that 4 or 5 years ago we wouldn't have been able to bring you. And that is exactly what I'm about to do. Perfect rounds of this. Start by. bring to you now some gorgeous snake skin jasper.
Beautiful.
That is a gorgeous, lovely.
I love snake skin jasper.
Tell me when you first saw it and why you fell in love.
First saw it here on JewelleryMaker, bought some,
Yeah.
I had to get some more.
Oh, really? It took you that,
because
that much?
the thing is, when you see gemstones on TV, you think, oh, they look nice, but I wonder if they're as nice when you get them home.
Yeah, you're right.
This was one that I thought, well, like now, you see, you think, oh, wow, I like that, I'm going to buy that, which is what I did. But when I got it home, I thought, oh, my God, it's even nicer. And I just had, you know, you go on, and then I was looking for it, thinking, right, I want to buy some more. So I've got this in every size because it's a very summery colour. It's a very muted colour, and it goes with anything. And you can make it upmarket, fun jewellery. It's just so versatile. So yeah.
So it's a little bit of something for everyone.
Yeah, it's
I think that's safe to say,
and again,
isn't it?
You can use it for men's jewellery. It's just a beautiful. You know, the colours are there. You don't have to try and think, oh, I wonder if it'll go with something, because it's telling you. I go with all of these colours and more.
And so much more.
Yeah.
In fact, you know, I can sort of show you and test that theory.
Yeah.
Metallics.
Beautiful. It goes with silver.
Perfect. Oh, there you go. Put that one there. What about rose gold?
Beautiful.
Because actually it's got pinks and peaches running through it, doesn't it?
Silver, it makes it makes it cooler.
Yes, yeah, chills it out. Blues, even.
Look at that, it's beautiful, isn't it? It just makes it pop.
Yeah. Gives it an extra zing. And that's the thing. We have got all of these kind of colours and all of these kind of qualities because this is not a flat gemstone. This is not one colour.
No, it's lots. Look, with that one there.
Blues, sky blues, almost teals in a way. Sort of cappuccino colours as well, hasn't it? And we're bringing it all to you today. 80 carats. For £5.95. I mean, can you say fair or not really?
And you can make so much jewellery with it. They go a long way, a strand, as you know.
Really does.
So you can make lots with it. Simple earrings, bubble. You can make a lovely little bubble bracelet.
Bubble style, yeah.
Yeah.
And if I were to say to you, you know, a nice little pair of earrings.
Yeah, simple pair of earrings. How many pairs?
Many?
Absolutely.
I mean, come on.
Even if you were generous and say put 2 on.
Ooh,
go for
generous. 2 in each ear. Yeah, but you're right. Even if you did that, do you know what? Let's be really generous. Let's say 3 in each ear. I've got a pair of earrings there, so that's like 1 pair of earrings-ish. Then that'll be 2 pairs of earrings. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
10.
10 pairs of earrings.
Even if you sold them for £5 each, which you wouldn't, but even if you did.
Even if you did,
£50.
that's £50, but they've actually cost you 60p in gemstones to make.
Yeah. And when I'm saying £5, you would definitely just put them with a plated wire. You
oh yeah, we're not talking sterling silver or precious metal, are we?
Yeah.
No. We're talking some your bog standard.
And that's a bargain for genuine gemstone for a pair of earrings.
And they go beautifully with Amazonite, they go beautifully. What have I brought in this hour? They go great with jaspers, as we've said. It's one of those.
With everything, don't they?
Yeah, it really does. It goes with every colour you could hope to set your mind to. So if you do fancy grabbing them, this is your opportunity to do so. And remember, we are all about the International Beaders Week this week.
Yeah.
We've brought you seed bead bundles, we've brought you gemstone treats, and we've brought you gemstones you've never maybe seen before today, with the likes of the pink tourmaline and the yellow diopside and so much more. So although it is Beaders Week, let's remember that you can work your beads and your seed beads in with your gemstones.
Yeah.
There's a lot of gemstone colours and seed bead colours within this palette here that would work, isn't there?
And there's so much you can do with round gemstones. I mean, today I'm just showing you here so many things you can do with it. You don't just have to string them on. Easy to make a little stretchy, easiest thing in the world, but a bit of imagination. There's so much you can do with it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm about to bring you. I have not brought you gemstone art in ages. but I love it. So if you fancy grabbing them, now is your chance. It is divine. So this is a gemstone that, for all intents and purposes, has literally been crushed up. This is something which is formed for you to work with as almost, I always think of it almost like a paint. So what you can do with this, if you are a resin worker, is you can sprinkle this into a resin design and it sets, and you've got genuine gemstones set as resin. Also, another thing that you can do with it that I've seen done with it before is, you know, the little memory bottles, the tiny memory bottles you get with the cork at the top?
Yeah.
You can pour layers of this in again, like creating a pattern. Another thing it's nice for as well is if you've just, I mean, I shouldn't really say this, but I'm going to, you know, jeweller's glue that you get? Yeah, jeweller's glue. If you use this in a bezel, get a bezel, flood it with jeweller's glue and literally sprinkle this on, it creates the most expensive looking effect because you are getting so much in here. Now, the fact is you're getting 140 carats. Now, if you consider that, and I will just say that is just a small bit of it, we couldn't fit it all in the pot, you do get more than that. But if you just consider buying a 140 carat strand of Amazonite, how much would that cost you? And then obviously say you wanted to crush them all up, which you probably wouldn't want to, and even if you did, they wouldn't be as even as this. And also I will just point out too, that isn't what we've done here. We haven't gotten a strand that's been really nicely cut and gone, let's stomp it. This is essentially us, well, I think this is us being really good. It's us using the waste from when we faceted Amazonites and we've basically saved the extras. Yeah, I suppose, you know, they could get thrown on, but in this day and age, it's all about using everything, isn't it? If you were to buy your own strand of 140 carats worth of Amazonite that was totally natural, would it cost you $3.95? Not on your Nelly. So it's great because you're able to use this in loads of different ways. You can also use it with, I've seen it used with polymer clay. I've also seen people actually using it, I've mentioned resin as well, haven't I? What's the other one? Enamel. I've seen people sprinkle this in with enamel designs as well. You can use it in your mixed media if you're a bit of an artiste as well, because it will set into the likes of acrylics even to add up texture. That'd be quite cool, wouldn't it?
That'd be good. You could put it on like cards as well, couldn't you?
Of course you could.
Yeah, just like glitter, but you really stick it on.
Yeah, with your genuine gemstones. Adds a little something. So plenty of you interested in those ones, and don't forget, if you do love your Amazonite, then I did this strand for you before as well, and we did some in your kit, which would look rather delightful with it too. So it's a fabulous way to get involved. Suzie, thank you so much.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
For today. It's been fab working with you, and gorgeous for you to show us all of your design. When are you on with us next?
I'm on the 29th.
29th of this month?
No, I'm not.
Oh, hello. But today's the 29th, isn't it?
Today's the 29th and 9th of August.
9th of August,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
So is that the one where you've got the pearls?
Yes, I think so, yeah. There's some lovely jewellery coming up on that show.
So that is when the lovely Suzie will be back with us. I'm actually back with you tomorrow, where International Beading Week continues. So if you're watching on the repeat, stay tuned. The morning show's about to start. If you're watching live, enjoy your evening. I'll see you tomorrow, my love.
Bye, everyone.
Hi, I'm Linda Bromwell, guest designer at JewelleryMaker. My main specialities at JewelleryMaker are beading work, seed beading work comes under that hat too, and anything really that I feel that I can turn my hand to by watching other designers. I got into beading probably about 3 years ago, and that was purely down to